You know what? I tend to do that an awful lot, guys. So let me say what I was saying one more time so that I can actually do my proper introduction. Hey, guys, go back there and do some bad lip reading for me. Give me some clips, stitch that. Hey, you on Facebook. Hey, you on all those social media sites. Make me look silly. Okay, so hi, I am the unknown prophet. As you saw my sign, I am the unknown prophet. Yeah, it's a big neon sign, big deal. Okay, anyway, I am Joshua Leasy. I use my homemade deck to make the 5 paths tarot the best possible path for you. Now, we're already in the midst of doing shuffles, but yeah, there's something wrong. I forgot to turn the microphone back up. That's what I did wrong. Can you hear me now? Because I got your 7 shuffles. I want to make sure you can hear me before I go any further. If you can't hear me, I've got to go look at my OBS because it looks like I'm saying stuff. Hello? Testing. Okay, it's time to test the stream. Testing. 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 Okay, I have volume. Testing. Sweaty, are you still here? Mr. Savage, can anyone hear me? Mr. Savage, can anyone hear me? Fuck, I might have to end stream. No one's replying. I can't seem to see if this is working or not. Anybody out there? Sweaty, anybody? Yes, can you hear me? Okay. Okay, good. So now I can actually do your reading. Because it was like, yeah, now I can now. Okay, good. Now we've got people starting to jump in the queue, guys. So here we go with your 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and the 15th card is now on top. And you want to know about what the universe wants you to know. Let me read your question one more time just to make sure I got it right. Am I still on the right path spiritually? I hope I'm not doing wrong things, right? That's where we're checking in, and that's what we want to know. I'm dialing it in right now. As soon as I flip these cards, the download comes in, guys. That's all it is. So, okay, let's talk about it, Sweaty. So, Sweaty, you want to know if you're on the right path, right? You know, I've dealt with this myself. Okay. Am I on the right path? Am I going the right direction in my spirituality? I'm here to tell you, God, or whatever energy you want to call it, does not care what faith you follow, does not care what you do in that faith as far as following the rules. You know what they care about? Do unto others as you would do unto them. Be kind, forgiving, do more for others than for self. If we were that kind of society, we would live in paradise again, like the Garden of Eden. Okay? I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And on my journey to finding out who I wanted to be, who I wanted to say that there's something that was going on, you know? And I started to do this reflection thing within myself, as you're doing now. You're putting all of the pieces together. Your spirituality is your journey. They want you to live the best life you can. They know you're going to make mistakes. They know you're going to fail. They know you're going to do stupid shit sometimes. They're going to try to lead you to the right path. You have to find a way to bring all of those missing puzzle pieces together so you can see the true reflection of who you are now. You get to decide who you are. Your spirituality is your own. Now, I don't know what faith you follow, but whatever faith you do follow, use that main theme. What is the theme of your faith? What is the theme of what you want to believe in? Reminding yourself that this is a connection between you and an invisible being we can't see, we can't hear, we can't do anything with. Okay? And you have to start getting that reflection within yourself. And then you start to see the beautiful oak tree that you are. So you put those puzzle pieces together so you see all of who you are. That means you accept the light, the dark, and the gray. You don't have to know everything. You don't have to see everything or believe everything, because your spirituality is going to grow as you grow. When you choose to believe in something, they hold that in the highest regard. What you believe here, they believe in heaven. I do believe that parts of every text has some truth to it. I've read every Bible. I've read the Quran. I've read the Buddha thingy. I forget what it's called, but I've read the ancestry. I've done my homework. I've looked at all of the traditions, the normal traditions and stuff like that. Plus, there's a trip you need to take. I pray my guides will protect me. They are protecting you. You don't get it, sweaty. What you're going through now is your guides leading you to that day. And they are going to protect you from what you need to experience. No, they're not going to protect you from what you need to go through in order to learn something. What they're going to do is they're going to guide you towards a path that will be the most easiest, efficient way of doing it. Your free will, however, decides what you do with it. Like you have to start to do. You know what your deity wants you to start to do? Open up your heart to your emotional self. It's time to embrace all of that which I am within myself. I need to remind myself on a daily basis that I am the sky of my world. We have, in my faith, we have two different things. We have a mundane self and a magical self, okay? They are the same person, okay? But one aspires to be the better self. One is just trying to get there, okay? Will I ever reach that height? Maybe, maybe not, but it's what I'm aspiring to be. I call myself the unknown prophet because I give myself that permission that someday, and I believe this someday, I will be known as the unknown prophet. Who is that? That's someone who can travel through space and time, who can help people correct their path. I could go down the whole laundry list of things to tell you about, right? And it's time to let this shit out. I thought I might be going to do or take a might be dark. That's why I wanted to make sure I'm not making a mistake by taking the trip. No, the trip is going to help you release some of these emotions. You're going to have an emotional journey. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to wake you up a little bit. You're going to start to see why you need to start to let these little emotions out little by little and start to let them show. That's not bad emotions. That's not good emotions. It's just what you are feeling at the time. Your happiness is an emotion. That's rain that goes down into the ground to feed you. Your sadness goes down into the ground to feed you and nurture you. When we cry, when we let go, when we release it back to the earth, we allow this rain. How we rain, though, is up to us. Can we be the light, happy rain? Or do we need to be the deluge, I'm going to flood the world kind of a rain? Because it's up to you. And it's not dangerous. It's emotional. It's you facing fear. It's you facing anxiety, depression. It's you facing some of the stuff. You want to call it dangerous. This is the dangerous. This is dangerous. You know what it is? It's you learning how to deal with it. And learning how to walk in the rain, dance in the rain, sing in the rain. You know what they say? Sing in the rain, dance in the rain, because tomorrow, when you are done, you can cry, laugh, whatever you want to do in the rain. No one will ever see you and not know you are an emotional being. It's the rain, it's the storm, I'm celebrating, whatever, okay? And I know you're working on this right now. You are trying to but you can't be afraid of your power. Your power is absolute. Who cares if you could do something that would cause harm? You're going to do your best not to do that. We all know you're going to do that. We already know that you've already decided that you don't want this to be a walk into the dark, but walking into the darkness is walking into the unknown, walking into the dream, walking into where you manifest your will and intent, where you manifest your destiny, your fate. That's what the darkness is for. It's not a bad thing. We associate darkness with evil. Darkness is not evil. Darkness has never been evil. It's a part of the balance. We associate good and evil because we're human and we think, oh, this means that. You know what I'm saying? But you need to embrace your power, not hide from it. You need to learn how to use your power, not run away from it. If you are the most powerful person in the world, and exactly what you just said. I like what I don't know how Apple Tree said there. The challenge is their insecurity by doing the things they would never. Well, your mom is going to give you some supportive or dissupportive messages, but you know what? She can only give you her advice. Whether you follow it or not is your advice. Damn straight, that's exactly what you need to do, Sweaty. We were going to get there anyway, Apple Tree, but you're kind of jumping the gun a little bit. But I kind of like where you're going because it is time to tell them this. You know what you need to do now, Sweaty? You need to do this trip. You need to challenge yourself. You're going to go through an emotional roller coaster, I guarantee it. But when you will come out the other side, you will be someone new, someone different. Your old self will die. Your old self will be completely obliterated because you will have a new place to start. Are you ready for that kind of a challenge? Are you ready for that kind of movement in your life? Yes, you are. You wouldn't be given the opportunity if you weren't ready. You're only being given that which you can handle. You need to do one very important thing, and this is what you need to remember, Sweaty. It's time to stamp your foot to the ground and call to the universe and tell it what you want your destiny to be. Tell it what you want to experience. Only experience that which you want. We live in our own worlds, our own heads. We are individual people with our own individual thoughts, okay? We are not a world of sharing minds, okay? There may be worlds who do that, and maybe they do it better than us. I don't know. We don't have that coming in for us. And you stamping your foot to the ground, claiming your power as this new person, when you come back from this trip, you will understand what I'm telling you right now. Go to your sacred spot somewhere after the trip before you go home. I think you need to do this. It's still your choice, but I think you need to go through this. I think you need to have this happen to you. We call it the dark night of the soul. When you're in the dark night of the soul, in my faith, it is a time of gestation, just like a baby gestates in the belly of a woman. In that belly, he can only experience that which his mother gives and feeds him. He can only experience what he can hear within the range of his hearing as far as encapsulated, right? And it's time for you to stamp your foot to the ground and say, here's who I want to be. Here's what I want my life to be. Here's what I need everything XYZ. Here's what I'm willing to give up to get those things. So are you willing to give up fear, anxiety, all this other stuff that keeps stopping you to get that future, right? And then you tell them in detail what you want. And then you add yourself in there and say, I want to have a contract with you 1 year from today. This will be my reality. Someday this will be my reality. Whatever you choose to say. But you stamp your foot to the ground, you claim your power, and become the someone new you've always wanted to be. That's what is coming for you. That is what you need to understand. That once you do this, you are going to have a better, more level playing field. You're going to have this kind of a lull moment. So after this, you're going to feel like you're a little lulled. You're not going to feel lost. You're going to feel very found, but you're going to have this lull moment because you're going to have to let what you experience in this trip kind of soak in for about a month before it kind of really comes to full tilt kitty. But that's your personal journey. It could be sooner or later. I'm just saying within a month's time if you were to do this, claim that, do this trip and all that stuff. The thing that you need to understand this trip is all about, and this is your broken plate moment. You've heard my broken plate advice before. Sweaty, I know you have. Or do I need to tell you again? Checking in with Sweaty real quick here, guys, and then we'll get to doing more readings here coming in line. Remember, I always go in order. I don't skip anybody. If my energy decides to die on me and something like that. Hey, we just got a subscription from St. Paul. Thank you, Senpai. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Okay. So, but I just want to understand that you do understand that breaking plate ritual that I'm talking about. The experience you're going to have. This is all going to be a breaking plate thing for you. You're going to be giving, you have heard it. Yeah, I thought you have heard it. And you know what that means. It's your turn to put into this thing you don't want anymore, this thing you want to be free. I will tell you again, okay? So, whenever someone gets the anger card, I always give them one piece of advice because when I did this for myself when I was a little bit younger than I am now, it was a very transformative moment for me. So I want you to understand I was about where you are right now when I got this advice from a psychologist and therapist, okay? And the advice that I got from them was go find an ugly old plate in your house, something that is of value to you, but you really don't care if it goes away, all right? She said, take a marker, like a permanent marker, any permanent marker, doesn't matter. Take a pen, whatever, okay? Take one of these doohickeys, okay? They don't cost that much. You write on the plate everything that makes you angry, whatever that is, okay? And when you're doing it, you need to be angry, writing this stuff down on the plate. I want you to leave it on the plate. You're filling your plate with all of that junk you don't want anymore, right? So you do that. And then you gather up all of that anger within yourself. You put it into the palm of your hands energetically. You're going to drain all of that which has made you angry, upset, even the stuff you're angry at yourself about for not doing it in the first place. All of it. Everything you don't want anymore. And you put it on that plate. You take it outside. You grab your safety gear. You grab a big-ass hammer. Somewhere around here. Fuck. I got this one right here. Smashy, 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 smashy until it's gone. Okay? And you take your anger out. You smash it. You obliterate it. I want you to completely make this thing look like dust. Okay? And when you're done with that, you sweep it all up and you put it in the trash and you leave it in the trash where it belongs. That's the last time you're ever going to give that power to that shit. That's the plate ritual, guys. Or the plate advice I got. And I'll tell you what. You think I'm a kind, generous man? I wasn't always. I was a very angry man at one time. I hated myself. I hated life. I hated all of you. It wasn't until I had an awakening within myself and I saw the beauty of humanity that I finally felt this stuff within myself and my purpose and the reason I had to go through everything I went through, right? Everything that I went through. Now, I took that plate ritual and I made it a spiritual thing. I turned it into my spiritual journey. So I added my faith into it. I added what I believed into it. I asked my God to help me do this. So you do it in your own way, but it's something that I think would help you. And I think you need to share this during this little excursion that you're going on. I think there's someone who could use the plate ritual and you guys could do it together. Some kind of a connection will come up in this chant. But you're going to have to let it out a little bit and make them understand that there are stuff that I need to get rid of, and it's a part of my journey. Are you okay with me letting that shit go here? And then whatever comes your way, safety, danger, whatever, it's called experiencing. It's the free will game time thing you've been waiting to play. You want a new life? You want your life to be better? Are you done with the shit? Are you finally done and finally ready to move on? Are you finally ready to get your ass in gear and say, that's who I'm going to be, rather than waiting for the universe to tell you who you're going to be? Because you know what? They've already told you. You just have to start to fucking listen. Those little voices in your head aren't all just your voices. They're your guides. They're your higher powers. They're everything. Okay? You have to take some time to take this moment to listen. They're trying to teach you. If you weren't able to do this, and I know you're really worried about this trip for various different reasons, but it's time to face all of that shit. And this is what's going to help you do that. If you let it. Remember, you have to embrace the path. You have to walk the path. You have to use your free will. There are choices that you will make that I can't see yet because you haven't made them. Because you haven't gone. Sweaty, I really hope that makes your day be a little bit brighter, gives you some much needed encouragement. But I know you're ready. I know you're ready. I just needed you to say it so that you could understand you were ready. Right? Right? And all your guides are telling me is, you want to know if you're on the right path. They said, the fuck yeah, you're finally on the right path. It took you a while to get here. We're self-correcting here. Listen, listen, listen. That's all they want from you right now. Don't worry about the worship for now. Don't worry about any of that right now. Just have that contract of communication. All I want is for you to help me, and I will listen. What I choose to do with my life, though, I know you will be okay with, because the plan was, to begin with, that we would have the free will to do whatever we wanted. So the plan is, live. Okay, what does the Spirit have to give you? Let me do your cleansing shuffle, Nicole. Nicole, welcome in. How are we doing this fine feather day? Something. Now, like I said, it's going to be an experience. So that's it. That's all I can say. It's going to be an experience. You'll have to let me know how it went afterwards and let me know if I was right and all of that shit. Because I don't claim to be the perfect tarot reader. I am not a professional psychologist, cop, lawyer, anything. I use what I feel, my intuition. I listen to the voices in my head. So if you think I'm crazy, go away. Bye. See you. And if you do think I'm crazy and still here, hi, I love you. You're my stars. Okay? So that's what you have to start to understand. So well, before I get back to you, Nicole, I see you. Throw me your numbers, 1 through 10 shuffle, 1 through 52. And I already see your question. So now I just need your numbers. I just want to finish saying something because I'm getting another message for Sweaty here. I don't know if this will make you laugh or not, but they say, bring out the teddy bears and have your goddamn picnic already. I don't know what that means. They just wanted me to say that. I don't know what it means. Grab your teddy bears and have your picnic already. That's it. All right. Now, once I get your numbers, Nicole, we'll get you on your reading. Okay, I'm going to have a smoke. Okay, 5 and 37. Let me light this bad bitch up. I'll do your shuffles. I see your question, and then we'll get to it. See, now, I hope my sound quality, when I turn the microphone on, of course, is better. The visuals are better. The setup looks better. You know, I do seek your guys' advice. You guys can go on my Discord and go on all of my socials and follow me and stuff. And I want to be your friend. I want you to be a part of my community. So if you're here on a regular basis, if you're popping in and just being here today, all right. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the subscribe. These are free readings. I don't expect you guys to do anything else for me. Nicole, here are your 5 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. God cards. You have God cards today. 4 and 5. Oh, another one. All right, you got a 3 God card answer for you as well. So in case you haven't been here before, or if you're new to my stream, when cards pop out of the deck during shuffling time, as long as it's under a certain amount, those I consider messages from your higher power. We always get to that after the general reading I'm about to give her. So just so you guys know what's going on. I know Nicole knows what's going on, but I'm looking at those new people in chat and saying they're not going to understand what's going on. So here we go. And you said 37. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the 37th card is now on top for you there, Nicole. And you want to know what the universe and stuff like that is trying to tell you? Give me a second here. Just double checking to make sure I understand the question, because I'm getting a download and they say want me to reread the question. Oh, okay. Yeah. Spirit advice. Like I said, they were telling me to go back and say, hey, we want you to read the question again. So here we go. Well, my friend Nicole, we're ready for it, right? So what advice does Spirit have for you, right? What is it that you need to hear right now? What is it that you need to experience right now? The advice that they're giving you right now is they want you to continue to plant your seed. It's time to start to work on what physical thing I can do. Just one physical good thing I can do for myself. Just start with one for now. One thing you can do better for your physical body. One better thing you can do for your mental mind. one better thing you can do for your spiritual self. Okay? Whatever those seeds are to you, we're putting them into the field of the crap and the shitstorm that has just happened to us, right? We tilled the field, we used it as fertilizer so that when we were ready to plant new beginnings, now we put those seeds down into the ground. Now we have to take care of those seeds and watch them grow. Just like you are growing now. The more you nurture yourself, take care of yourself, do things that are better for yourself, and start to do this planting within your heart, mind, body, and soul, that's the things that you are going to start to grow within yourself. Now that you have decided, and have kind of already decided what these are, kind of in a weird way, you have planting them and putting them down in the ground. You've poked the holes, you've dropped the seed in, you've covered the holes up. Now it's time to water and let the sunshine kind of come in, kind of a deal. Does this feel right to you? Advi? What does ADVI mean? I'm sorry, I don't know all the acronyms, so what does ADVI mean? Please. Avid? Is that avid? I don't know how to spell too. Is that an acronym or something else? Anyway, I'll get back to it later. I'll read what it comes in when you type it. But you understand what I'm saying about the seed things, right? Now that we are nurturing them and taking care of them, now this is just like you're a woman, right? You understand the concept of having children. Even if you haven't had children, you still understand it. B, welcome in. And you have understood who you are as a person and who you want to be as a person. You've already had the plan of who you want to become. Now it's time to walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do. It's time to become that being you saw in your head, the thing you planted. It's time to go to that garden and start to collect what you have been growing. So if you're growing self-confidence, the berries are ripe, they're ready for you to pick. You just have to go pick them and allow them and consume them so they can become a part of who you are. You decide to move that from dream to reality. You are the one who's in control of your fate, your destiny, all of it. Your free will trumps a lot of shit in this world. You have to be the person, walk the walk, talk the talk, do the do. So what you're doing right now, live it, breathe it, know it. Know who you are. That's what needs to go. Thank you. Yesterday, it has really helped. Good. I'm glad to hear. Hey, TC, welcome to the chat. That's one of my good friends. Very, very good VIP here. We want to welcome in Hey, TC, because she is a tarot reader streamer herself. She is also a very good friend of mine and a student of mine. So I'm very happy and humbled to say thank you for being my student, because I do consider that an honor. We'll get to that somewhere down the road. We got more lessons to go. You know what you need to do. Go do that. We'll talk when you're done with that. And other things. We'll get you to your reading today and all that stuff. That will help too. But the thing you need to start to understand, getting back to you, Nicole, and I'm sorry I took a little bit of a break there for 5 seconds to say hi, but you know me. This is who I am, and I really, really, really did. I haven't sadly watched it. I'll try to get privacy soon. Do it when you have the time to do it, okay? Be safe. Be safe. Be yourself. Okay, wait. Blessed be. Whatever you want to say. Nicole, now that you have an understanding and you need to walk the walk and talk the talk, right? Now we need to look at this as a different perspective, because the thing that is staring you in the face, your higher self, the life you've always wanted, the journey you've always wanted to take, right? They want you to stop and look what you actually have today. And I want you to actually cherish it. The good, the bad, the uglies, everything that has ever happened to you in your life, you need to look at it as if it was your one true love. And you are looking at that because the good thing that's happening to you now was meant to be. You have to start to see that the beautiful thing that's coming for you and staring you in the face is staring back at you. It's time for you to accept and cherish that being, so you can believe in that growth and adopt that into who you are. We planted the seeds. We reaped the seeds. We implement the seeds and learn how to cherish the life we want to live. So when you do become this new person or this new stage of the game that you are playing right now, you have to look at it as if it was the best day ever, the most best possible thing you could ever go through, and learn how to cherish it, just like me and my wife had to learn how to cherish one another. Before we met, we weren't quite done cooking yet, okay? I wasn't done cooking yet. It took 3 months for me to even notice she was coming in and flirting with me because I still was dealing with some of my mundane shit, okay? When we finally got together, we had our aha moment. Life had traveled a while. We'd been dating a while. And we started to have communication issues. We weren't talking. We weren't being in the relationship. I was going to work. She was going to work. We came home. We said hi to one another. And that was about it. The thing that was staring me in front of my face, the good thing I have always wanted my whole life, finally came to me, stood me in the eyes and said, I want you. And I didn't believe I was ready for it. I didn't believe I was worthy of her. Can you believe it? Me? Not think I'm worthy? Not think I can be the kind of person I want to be? And then we both looked at each other and said, why are we doing this to ourselves? You're my one true love. I'm your one true love. We believe this, right? Damn straight we do. Then why aren't we just looking at each other and cherishing the person that is staring in front of us for what they are? At the time, she had just got done revealing to me she is a cancer survivor. She has multiple health issues. I don't know if I'm the kind of guy who wants to go through all of that, but then I'm the kind of guy who says, fuck that shit. I just want to love her for as long as I can. 18 years later, I'm still wondering if I made the right choice. Damn straight I made the right choice. You are embarking on an unseen path, Nicole. And I know you've been here long enough to hear it, but I want to say it again. You need to be determined to your own spirituality and your own path. You know what obstacles are in your way. It's time to climb those obstacles in your way. And then when you're done with that, you give yourself the respite, which you're in right now. That respite to soak in what you are currently going through in your current situation. You're also going to start to make little tiny plans. Well, 10 steps to get to my goal, whatever that step process is. I'm going to set one goal at a time. I'm going to meet those goals. And when I reach the end of this, you need to say to yourself right now, 1 year and day from today, I will be the person I saw here, right? I will cut through my bullshit. You are being faced with the reeds of life right now. And you need to cut through your own bullshit, the bullshit of the world, the bullshit of everything, so you can finally see the beautiful path that's right in front of you. When I first found this dock, before this, there was, and I'm not shitting you, as tall as me reeds blocking this beautiful dock. It looked like no one had gone down it in years. I mean years, okay? It was overgrown. It was, wasn't kept up. And it was a public park kind of a deal. Usually they keep those things pretty nifty and stuff like that, right? And I get to this place and I'm saying there's something beyond that. And I'm the kind of guy who carries, tools with me, or if I get in danger, I have stuff with me. But that day I didn't have anything. So I took one of the biggest tree branch sticks I could find laying around and I start swinging at the reeds and clearing a path. I'm cutting through my bullshit to get to something that I see in the future. This is an unseen path. We don't know where it's going to take us. We don't know how it's going to end up. But you know what's at the end of the dock? The thing we've always wanted. We get to the end of this dock and we see the beauty of the world in front of us. Because when you get to the end of this dock, it's a nice little pond. There's railroad tracks on the right-hand side, but then it's a beautiful, gorgeous forest. And all you hear and see is that beautiful forest. It's like the void of sound. You can only hear nature, even though it's embedded in like 4 major cities all around it. That's how unique and special this place is to me. When I first found this place, I was afraid. I was afraid of what was on the other side. I said to myself, fuck it, I'm going to do it anyway. Now the path has been kept clear and maintained ever since. It took somebody like me to say, hey, this is important to keep up. Because they had to send someone out to find out what happened there, because they did have cameras. They wanted to know why some big guy was swishing a little thing on, and actually did get contacted by the park authorities telling me I shouldn't have done that, but they were thankful that I did do it because it did draw attention that the park was overgrown. Next week I came in, it was all cleared and everything. It was beautiful. Now you have a 3 God card message. Hey, Chucky, welcome in. How you doing, Chucky? That's my favorite series on Peacock or whatever platform you watch it on. I love the Chucky series. But Nicole, and we're getting a long list today, guys. We've got 7 in the queue so far. So you know me, I'm gonna try to do them as fast as I can, but I'm gonna take my time with everything. So Nicole, so we've got 7 people in the queue. It's only 10 o'clock. We're gonna have a good day today. I can tell. I knew it. They were telling me today was gonna be a power day today. So now you are being asked with this question, Nicole. There's been another question on your mind. This could have everything to do with your last reading or nothing to do with it. But it's something that your higher power is trying to answer for you, that you've been saying, hey, please give me the answer to this question I'm thinking of right now. And it's been something that's been in your mind a while. So it's something that they're trying to reach out to you and give you advice or tell you what you need to hear today. I always ask anyone I haven't seen for a while in chat if you want me to reveal your God cards to you. Now, this is just for everybody who hasn't been here. I know Nicole knows this already, but I do ask your permission because they are the most intense part of what I do. I do not hold back on these cards. These are full tilt kitty. Good morning, GYGG. Goff. I'll just call you Goff. Goff, welcome. All right, Goff. So, Nicole, I ask you one time. Do you want to see your God cards? Yes or no. Say, I want to see them, or say, no, I don't want to see them. Whatever the case may be, we're here. I'm going to have a smoke. And I'm going to save that one for later because it's not... Okay, I kind of thought you would say yes, but here we go anyway. I think I know what's coming. Yeah. I was feeling that card just as I was starting to turn it. I was feeling this card. So we're going to start there. Nicole, how much longer can you keep doing this old baggage crap you keep carrying around with you like it's your little Gollum's ring? How long have we taken this along with us? How long have we done this to ourselves? This negative talk? This negative speaking, all this stuff that we keep trying to say to ourselves, I need to get rid of it, I need to get rid of it, I need to get rid of it. Yeah, I'm already showing them. Shit, don't you see the cards? Here, let me make sure you can actually see the cards here. You know why you got death? And death, we all know in tarot, death does not mean you're going to die, okay? Death never means you're going to die in a tarot deck. The Tower card, however, is kind of an actual physical, mental, and spiritual death. The Death card is all about change and accepting that you are in a cycle, that right now you are in the death cycle. It's time to let something die that can't be a part of who you are anymore. And you know what that is. You know what you need to let go of and hold a funeral for. Death means change, just like Chucky said. It always means that, because it means you are letting go of one reality to embrace rebirth and life again. You're letting go of this thing you don't want to make room for the thing you do want. So remind yourself that even though it feels like you're letting go of a part of yourself, of course you are. That's what we want to happen. That's what needs to happen. That part of yourself needs to go outside the door, walk out of your house, and never return. That's what we don't want back in his life. We never want to see that old self ever again. It's time to change. It's time to let this die. Now, maybe you've heard my box ritual before, maybe not, but it's time to go give yourself a little tiny paper box, no bigger than a sugar box. Is all you need, okay? Your old sugar box. And then you take this out and you start putting slips in this little thing of everything you need to let go of and die in your life. You take this and you go, fire, candle, me, burn. I can't do it on stream because that would be dangerous. But you understand, right? And you hold an actual funeral for it. You have an actual funeral for that old self, like you lost a child, like you lost a pet, like you lost a part of yourself. And you need to mourn that loss. At least 3 days of going through the stages of mourning. Anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance. All of that which you need to go through to actually grieve that thing you just let go of. My wife is a W amputee. You know what I told her when she lost her leg? You need to hold a funeral for your leg. And we had a funeral for her leg. What was left of it, right? Because we didn't get to carry the leg home. We didn't get to go send it to the ether ourselves. We had to let somebody else do that, right? Because that was an appropriate thing for them to do. We didn't need to have the physical thing to do a funeral. We let go of what it meant. It meant that, yes, my life was changing. I had to let go of that leg and hold a funeral for it, because when she mourned the loss of that leg, a part of herself that was a real physical part of who she was, when she let go of it and held that funeral and actually mourned that, it's time that you do that. And then once you get through that acceptance phase, that third and final day, that's when the new journey begins. That's when the rebirth begins. So that's the rebirthing part. So you will enter the rebirth part, and then once you've decided who you want that new person to be, and you can finally walk the walk and talk the talk and do the do, just like I told somebody else not too long ago, right? Yeah, I think that was you. It's time to prepare yourself. It's time to gather the ingredients of the soup you want in your life. So once we're done with the death part, right? This is everything else, okay? You need to start to take what you do want in your life. Stop letting other people stir your stew and put their own damn ingredients into it. First and foremost, we need to clean the pot. That's the death part, okay? We need to make sure we're ready to make the cauldron of change for our lives. When we're building the soup of our lives, there are three aspects that I always kind of draw on for easy ways for you to understand. I don't know the word. Sorry, my brain's not working. The physical, mental, and spiritual self that you want to create. You have been in that stew being stirred for a long time. You finally realized you have to allow yourself the freedom to make your own stew. So what goes in the stew? What makes up the new Nicole? What makes up who you want to be? It's time to use this gestation period, this rebirth time, to decide what that is going to look like. Get the real positive thoughts in your mind. Consider and decide what you want your life to look like. Start gathering up everything that will be important to who you want to be, and you start to make that soup. Add the meat and potatoes first, because they're going to take the longest. So what is the most essential part of who you are as a person? Well, that's the water. That's you. Now we're going to add extra stuff to that. Who is the new Nicole? What are the meat and potatoes? What makes up the main meal of me? That's got to go in the soup. Then we have to add our, what do I need to grow? That's your vegetables and or other things that make the soup a little bit tastier, but also add that extra things to make you grow as a better person. What do I need to feed myself? What do I actually need? We don't want to add the cake in the soup. Okay, putting the cake in the soup will spoil the soup. This is dinner. This is not dessert we are making, right? We are making something we can consume ourselves, our soul, the new person we want to be. We are going to eat our own soup and become that which we ingest. I hope you understand the thingy. And as you start to put these ingredients into soup, when it is time for you to put them in, because we all know a good soup takes time. A good soup, you have to add things in certain order. Meat, vegetables, and then the last thing is the seasonings that have to go in there along with all of that at the same time. That's the things you can't control, Nicole. The things you are going to experience that you're going to add into the soup. And when you are sitting there stirring and saying to yourself, this is who I want myself to be, this is who I want myself to become, you pick up a spoonful and you taste until you like the flavor. Once you like the flavor, you listen. You listen to what you need to add to that soup. That ancient knowledge, everything you've been through, is your history book now, not your war chronicle. Stop considering it your war chronicle. It's only the facts, just the facts, and just the facts. The scary, emotional feelings that go along with those things, That's a separate book. But we need to start to say, I only am adopting the facts, and only the facts. I will listen and hear that ancient knowledge being drawn up within me so that I can now hear the voices of my ancient knowledge, my guides. So we were talking about guides, right? And how you want to go on your spiritual journey. They want you to listen for the sounds that are buzzing in your ear. When you start to see things that make sense to you in your life, that draw you to them, see what the sign really is. When a movie moves you, when a song moves you, when something brings you to a point of change because you experienced something, that's you listening to that ancient knowledge. That's you doing and walking the path they want you to walk, and listening to your own mundane thoughts and saying, here's what spiritual is telling me, here's what mental is telling me, and here's what all the other, and my own physical body is telling me. So here you go. That's what you needed to hear from your higher power today. I know that was a little bit long-winded for me, but it was important for Nicole to hear. So Nicole, thank you very much for your reading today. Mr. Savage, you are now in chat, ready to rock and roll. Let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. You know the deal, Savage. Throw me your numbers. Throw me your question, and/or if you guys do have a question, put it in chat as simply as possible when it's your turn. Don't do it until your turn. Wait till I ask you for your numbers and your question. Otherwise, I'll miss it in chat. Okay, guys? So thank you very much for participating. Thank you guys for being awesome. Feel free to chat in the chat while I'm doing a reading. Just understand that when I'm starting to say it's your turn, that's when we need to go quiet for a little bit, just so I can get that information. Then go back to chatting with all the friends and people. Make friends with the people who are in your chat. Follow and subscribe to the people who are in chat. Become their support person when they need it. Their person to talk to when they need it. These are the people who are seeking help for themselves, yes, but they're also looking for answers. Maybe you have the answer they're looking for. And just so you guys know, that link that just flashed up, I forgot to take it off. Kickstarter has failed, so don't click that link. It won't work. Throw me your numbers, 8 and 16. Question is how my divine guides, blah, 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 God's names, are telling me about planning to wear and embrace 2 stones at once, using its energy, the crystals being red coral stone, connected to the divine self, and the green adventuring crystal brother to my divine self. So you want to know how my divine guides are planning, telling me about wearing and embracing the 2 stones, right? So you want to know if the 2 stones that you're wearing, right, and what their purpose is. I kind of want, like I said, put your question as simply as possible. It's kind of something I'm not understanding a little bit. So the divine gods, Lord Shiva and Saket, however you say those, are telling you to wear and embrace 2 stones. Okay. Why aren't you just saying, okay, let me do that? But here we go with your 8 shuffles and stuff like that, and crystals being, I understand those crystals. Red coral and adventuring, yeah. Those would be good stones for those specific. I don't know those specific deities because I don't follow those deities. So here are your 8 official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we got a God card. 6, 7, and 8. And the 16th card is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Like you say, sometimes you'll see me look up or see me kind of stop for a second and then count. That's me getting my, what I call my download for the reading. So sometimes it's kind of like, wait a minute, I got to sort this out. Because you know what? It's like searching the internet. You don't type in the right phrase, you get the wrong answers. Well, that doesn't happen with me. I type whatever I need to type in and they give me the answers whether I want to or not. For all that is right and holy in the universe, Jesus Christ. Okay, so, Savage, we're going to say that you want to know how this crystal work with your deities is going and how this energy, and they want you to wear these 2 stones, and why is this and what is this all about kind of a deal, just to kind of check in if that's what we want to know. And you do have a one God card message as well. So Savage, get your ass in here and let me know. And thank you for the subscription, Sen. I appreciate that. Like I said, all my subscriptions, everything goes towards the 5 Paths Tarot and me creating that now. Your donations, your everything goes towards that. So, okay, good. Okay, just kind of wanted to make sure that's where we were at. So, what they were trying to tell me about the stonework, right? Me and my wife were a part of a coven called the Coven of the Standing Stones. We adopted the stone as part of our journey in that coven. We had a very sacred ritual. I can't tell you what it's all about, but the whole point of it was we picked a card that told us what we needed to do within our lives and what our spiritual journey was trying to teach us. If you want to know what that deck is called, it's called the Crystal Diva deck. I would go check it out for yourself and read the little phrases of the coral and the adventuring in those things. I could go get the book and read them right now if you want me to. I mean, really, I could. Prophet, I think I was meant to meet you in Mama Tarot's chat. Okay, well, thank you. See, you came from Tarot Mama's chat and you came to check me out, right? But you went to someone else first, and now you're drawn to me for a certain reason. We'll get to you when it's your turn, Chucky. So, Mr. Savage, what they really want you to do within this stonework is that coral in the book is the cone of leadership, and adventuring is all about self-acceptance and loving yourself. So that's what those mean in that book. I could go get them and read the exact phrases, but we're not going to do that right now. Maybe later I can do that for you, but it's called the Crystal Diva deck. I would look it up, and you can look up the meanings of those cards whenever you want. What you need to understand is you need to stop navigating around the problem, thinking that the stones are the problem. They're not. You're carrying those stones with you through all the other shit you're trying to make it through. Those 2 stones combined together are trying to help you complete one goal. So, of course, you're supposed to carry them with you. Physically, if you can, you can. If you can't, coral can be a tiny bit expensive sometimes. Adventurings are pretty cheap stones, so you don't hardly have to worry about that. I know a rock guy. I'm a rock hound. I know a lot about rocks, okay? So when we're talking rocks here, it's kind of like, ooh, I get to pull out my stone knowledge here. So you're just kind of like my wife there, Mr. Savage, spending way too much time down in the deep, dark ocean trying to navigate around all the obstacles rather than run through those obstacles. Except for giant land masses, of course. We are not going to go anywhere near the giant land masses because we live in the sea. We don't live on land. We are a creature of our emotions. We are a creature of our emotional journey. We let our emotional journey guide us and show us what we need to do. Ad break. Savage, do you have subscription? One moment, we're taking a pause for a 20-second ad break for all those subscribers out there. We'll be back in 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, hey, I took a kind of a beat waiting for you to come back. Make sure the stupid ad break was done. I put those on the lowest I could put them, but I did want to try to increase me. Now, I went through all the money. I'm not proud of myself. I'm proud of myself, though. So I knew you were here. I just wanted to make sure because I saw something say ad break on come up. But my wife is this person, or was this person, okay? She was a very emotional person. She let all of her problems, trials, and tribulations, all the damage that was done to her when she was a young person. She tried to get help. She tried to replay all of I am here, I am ad repellent. Oh, you're probably Turbo or something like that. Gotcha. Well, I didn't know that, so I wanted to take a beat and make sure I took that time to make sure you were here. Okay, so now that I know that, I won't worry about it from now on if you do get an ad. And she's a very stubborn woman. She likes to lay in the grass. She doesn't like confrontation. She doesn't like to do all of that stuff. Before she met me, she was a very reactional kind of a person to her situation. She only went around something when she needed to go around something. You know what I'm saying? She never went through any of those issues, even though she did try to swim through a couple of them. She kept running into land masses along the way that she couldn't navigate around. You know what I'm saying? But the thing that she had to discover and learn was that she wasn't doing this alone. AKA, she found me, right? She found the one true love of her life. She found someone who could be and understand her and make her life be happier. Now, have I made her life better? According to her, I have. But that's her journey. I don't expect her to be happy here. I love and respect her the way she is. We do have a good relationship. We do have a loving relationship, yeah, but it took work to get there, just like it's going to take work with you. You have to learn how to jump out of that sea along with your other pod and start to take that new breath of life in your lungs. I am ready to face the day. I am ready to face the challenge. I am ready to live life. I am ready to be confident, be brilliant, be beautiful, be all of this stuff. I will embrace my magic. She was the stone of magic. So today I have to tell you, if you have a significant other in your life who could give you some good advice, believe in the magic, because they're going to wield their way into your little life there and maybe give you the answers you're looking for. But you have to still come up for that fresh breath of air. Take in that joyful breath and sing with your whole heart. I am free, full of magic, and I am here and happy. Go back down into that ocean. Instead of swimming around those things, you swim through those, because now you have all the energy and power you need to do so. Even land masses try to move out of your way. But you know what? You know the world. So now we stop looking into the dark abyss of where we are at in our journey, and with these rocks that they want you to carry around, one's a light, one's a dark. It's finding balance. It's understanding what that balance means. It's how you find that balance within those rocks. It's how you take the light and the dark, and you find that if you move the mirror out of the way, because the mirror is the bridge between light and dark. When we look into the mirror, what do you see when you look into a mirror? Do you see your reflection? When I look into this camera, it's a reflection of who I am. You can't touch me. You can't feel me. You can't interact with me. Imagine this is God trying to poke the screen, trying to say, hey, Savage. And I turned the mic down. Okay? We're trying to get your attention, but you're not seeing what we're trying to show you, because you've put this big block in front of us saying, I'm not ready to see it yet. Until you are ready to look into that darkness and see the unknown possibilities, until you are ready to move the mirror out of the way and say to yourself, I'm facing the wrong direction. I need to turn my butt around and go the opposite way, because guess what's in front of the mirror? The light. That bridge, if you move the mirror, would make those dark and light parts come together, and you would be in a gray area. We love the gray area. I love the gray area. The gray area is my friend. I walk in the lines in between both worlds. I don't have a mirror anymore. Some days I have that mirror. Some days I don't have that mirror too. But it's all about perspective and what you're looking at and what you're journeying towards. So let this be a path of light, a path of dark. It's going to help move you and change you into who you want to be. That's the mirror. Now you have to take a giant leap of faith doing all of this stuff, because they're asking you to believe. They're asking you to trust them, to trust that they got you, to trust that they are already preparing everything you want to happen down below. You just got to put your parachute on, or your bat suit, or whatever way you want to travel down to the bottom. But it's your job to actually get that running start and jump off of that cliff and say, hey, I can be free. The parachute got me. I'm going to have a nice soft landing here. Oh, I've got my bat suit on. Ooh, I'm going to fly in the air for a while and feel free before I land and become a part of the world so I understand freedom. You know what I'm saying? What you choose to do and jumping off of the cliff of what you are going on in your life. It's time to face that which is going to stop you from doing that. Whatever fear, anxiety, anything, even if it's just a hint of doubt. Go over those doubts and say to yourself, this is the moment. I have to take a leap of faith and start to find the happy. It's time to live the happy. You know, it took a cat to teach me happiness. It took a very special cat to show me what I wanted, to be happy. And I think you've heard my cat story before, but I'm going to say it again. There was a girl cat named Ariane. We used to have a tower right over here. I used to keep the window open so she could lay in the sun whenever she wanted. She would spend time with me. I would spend a lot of time in my office with the door open and stuff like that. And she would just come and she would just sit there on her little shelf, soaking up the sun and just laying there and enjoying it, right? Now, I was a pretty depressed, angry man. Hey, welcome in, Cozy Messages. Welcome to the chat. But I'm going to finish my story and then we're going to get to your God card, okay? And the thing you need to understand is that I'm sorry, I'm getting something here. I've got a long list there, Cozy. Just stay in chat. I go in order, and I will get to you. When I reach 10:30, if I have more than 10 readings in queue, I close it down so I can get to all of you before the end of the readings. And if I get through them faster than slower, okay. But you know what you need to do with your journey with these stones and what you need to understand and do. It's about you finding the joy in your life. And she used to sit in that cat tree. And one day I looked at her and I said, I wish I could be as happy as that. She put her belly up for the first time ever to me. And she just looked at me like, please pet me. Right? So I'm sitting there just rubbing her belly, looking at her enjoying my belly rub. And I do something kind of silly for the first time. I do this. Squish the kitty. Squish, squish, squish the kitty. Squish the kitty. Squish, 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 squish that kitty. Something like that. That's what I would say, right? Whenever I would rub her belly. Anytime I was feeling depressed or sad, anytime I was feeling like I needed a jump start of what happy meant to me, she would go into that and put her belly up from that day forward. And whenever I did the squish the kitty thingy, she squirmed even better. That's how I learned what happiness meant to me. That's how I learned what it meant to live in perfect love and perfect trust. She loved me unconditionally. She trusted me unconditionally. Why couldn't I do that to myself? Why couldn't I just lay in the sun and soak up the happy? Why couldn't I just let the universe tell me I was a good person and that I was doing the right things and doing the right path? Why couldn't I just listen to that instead of these negative, crappy emotions that have ruined my fucking life up to this point? I'm not even giving you a goddamn choice. You're getting your goddamn God card. Because you need to understand, you are on a journey. You are on a journey. Life is a journey, not a destination. You want to find the prize at the end of the rainbow? We all want the prize at the end of the rainbow. We all want it. We all want it to be better than it was. I don't care how rich you are. I don't care how well known you are. I don't care what kind of a person you are. We all want to do better than we did yesterday. We all don't want to fail. We all don't want to make mistakes. And if you're crazy in the head and those things don't matter to you, then they don't matter to you because you're crazy and they don't think about them. I'm talking about your real life conditions that stop you from doing that in life. It's time to start to find the journey is a part of the journey. You know why I love Goonies so much? Not only is it a campy, fun movie that I really love since I was a little boy, the whole point wasn't finding the treasure or saving the Goondocks. You know what the point of that whole story was? They took a chance. They found a map from all of the stuff his dad stored in his attic. Now, how many people must have looked at that map? How many people must have seen something in there and never checked behind any of that shit? Now, if you know anything about artwork and anything about storing artwork, if you hear something jingling around in artwork, you could hear that. I'm sorry. But when they start their journey, they are a separate, trying to save the Goondocks kind of a place through their journey and what they have to endure and experience because they're being chased by bad guys. And you know what? They find some really fun, unique things. Sloth is a beautiful person, but people think he's ugly because he's got a deformed face and he's big and he doesn't exactly talk in the way we talk. But he's probably one of the more compassionate people in the whole movie because all he wants to do is live his life. He doesn't think about worry, anxiety, pain. You know what he thinks? I want to help my friends. I want to save my friends. I want to be Superman, right? He made the choice and decision. So you know what you need to do? Enjoy the journey, not the destination. Rose, it's your turn. Rosie, Rosie, Rosie. This is your first official call. I have a rule. I will call you out 3 times. If you do not respond within 3 times of me saying, hey, your name, and I give you about a minute apiece, I see you're here, then I move on to the next person, especially when I get lists like I have right now. Okay? I want to get to everybody. I don't want to forget anybody. If I've forgotten you, you have to jump in the queue. If you're on one of those other things I'm streaming for, you want to get a reading, come to twitch.tv.com, the Unknown Prophet 1, and you can check me out, hop in the queue, and get a reading. If you're not, because I am now multi-streaming to Facebook, to YouTube, and to, what was the other one? There's one more. Twitter, all at the same time. So if you guys are one of those people out there on Twitter, Facebook, or any of those sites that are seeing this right now, if you want to get a reading, I always put the link in my chats there. I always put my link in on my socials. So go get on my socials, my community page, on my thing. Go follow my new YouTube page, because I had to close down the old page because of some TOS complaining stuff that was happening about the first of the year that we dealt with, and we had a kind of a brief respite of adjusting because I had revealed some information I probably shouldn't have revealed, but I'm an honest guy, so I just told the truth, and I thought I was going to get this big. I was preparing for the biggest backlash in the world and really preparing for the dam to break or something like that. It never broke, because that's not what it was about. Okay, let's get to your reading though there, Quinn. Does Source have a message for you? Okay. Simple, easy. 1, 2, 3. Does Source have a message for you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, and 17. So, something about the 17th I want to let you all know right now, okay? Because you used 3 and 7. That's St. Patrick's Day. Haha, I got it. But there's something, before I do your reading, something about St. Patrick's Day. Within 3 days around St. Patrick's Day, I'm not sure when. Either it's going to be the 17th, 18th, or 19th. Maybe even the 20th. Somewhere in that week, something is coming for all of us that's going to help all of us, okay? I've been getting this intuitional feeling. Now, I don't know if I'm right about when it's going to be, but I know it's going to be before the end of the month. And I'm really strongly feeling it's going to happen around St. Patrick's Day. So, you know what I'm saying? So what does they have to tell you about what you need to know for right now, though? Because that's coming for all of us, not just you. I see why you didn't get God cards. So does Source have a message for you? They're always trying to reach you. They're always trying to help you. They're always trying to guide you. We sometimes mundanely have too much going on in our head to listen. And that's what meditation is for, to quiet the mind so that you can hear the voices that are trying to speak to you. Well, it's subconscious thoughts that you're having to make you make better decisions, or if it's actual higher power beings or guides or something like that. What you've been doing up to this point, Rose, is you have been taking the marathon route. You've finally said, I can't run this marathon of a life anymore. I've got to take a more laid back approach to it, but still get where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? Because the race has been over a while now. You just want to finish the race, right? Finishing the race means getting to the end of the road. So we are determined to get to the end of the path, but it's like maybe 5 to 10 miles down the road. I don't know how long the distance will be for you, but you understand the analogy I'm trying to draw here. And you have to start to decide whether you are going to continue this walk of hard-fought overcoming and overdoing things, or are you going to finally say to yourself, I've done enough for now. It's time for me to go home, get some water in me, get some sleep, get some food in me. I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I'm cramping up. Well, now you have your husband or person of choice or friend or whatever, maybe a parent, somebody who's driving the car behind you, making sure you're safe during this because they believe in you and they see you doing everything you're supposed to be doing, right? But now they're seeing you start to drop and start to draw on energy. So they say, hey, you've done enough. Let's get in the car and go. You know what I'm saying? And your husband is basically saying 1,000%, hey, it's time to get into our car. We can't take the junk with us in our relationships anymore. We can't take my junk, your junk. We need to find some place to throw all of this junk away and take only that which will serve us in our journey. Now that we've got our car appropriately emptied, right? Now what do we need to continue that journey? So you're grabbing your husband, of course, but who's driving the car right now? That's depending on how long the drive is. If it's a long distance from coast to coast, you're both going to take turns. If it's a short distance, maybe you'll drive for just that one journey. Maybe he'll drive for that other journey. But when you get in this car together as Team Rose, Quinn, whatever your husband's name is, okay, your magical freedom, your power, you get into this car, you take that wheel, and you start to drive to the end of the path. Now, it's still going to take you a while to get there, but you don't have to walk it now. You can drive it now. Obey the speed limits and signs on the road telling you when to go fast, slow, or anything like that. Turn your music on, roll down your windows. If it's a nice day, turn up the heat, whatever is the appropriate situation for the appropriate thing you're going through. We're going to drive together. We're putting on the music, we're putting down the windows, we're living the dream, we're going towards where we're supposed to be going. And when we get to the end of this road, the car will be parked for a while so we can be at home in ourselves. Because we're going home on this journey. We're not trying to go anywhere else. We are the beautiful flower. We were both born to be beautiful flowers. But we sometimes see the ugliness within ourselves and we say, that overpowers the beauty of who I was originally. Dandelions do this self every single day. You know, a dandelion in nature is one of the most resilient flowers out there, that it can grow pretty much anywhere. Here in Minnesota, it's a very invasive flower. People hate them because they're like considered a weed. They're just an invasive thing that doesn't serve any purpose. Well, if you're a nature lover like me or a person who likes wine, dandelion wine is really good. It's a good source of vitamin C. It's a great, beautiful flower that has a lot of natural, wonderful benefits to it because people don't think it looks pretty. Okay, they override all the other good stuff that's coming on. Just like you're doing with you and your husband right now. We're finding the beauty in what we have. Don't look at the ugly of how the world tells you it's supposed to be. See the beauty of what you are going through right now. Find the flower that you were always meant to be. The relationship you wanted, the life you wanted, everything you wanted. Advice is, please, 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 get in your car and start to drive where you want to go. You've done enough work. We're giving you a pass. Get in the car. It's time to get your rest. Go home. Find that beauty within yourself. Don't let yourself discover and don't let yourself think that you are the weed of this world. You were born to be a flower. You will always be a flower. No one can ever take that away from you. You have to start to see that beauty within yourself. And then we have to allow that stuff that's been holding us back to die. And I mean a real death here. Right, Rose? I'm not talking about the end of your marriage. I'm not talking about the end of any kind of relationship. I'm talking about the shit you need to let go of. The expectation, the fear, the anxiety, the what ifs, the worry, the hardship, the damage that was already done. Okay? I don't think this is very much on the big side of you and your husband. I think you've done a lot of the good work, but there's still work to be done because we know we are always working on this relationship to make it healthy, right, Rose? But there's something within yourself that you want to change. And let your husband know what you want to change so he can help support that. He can encourage you to do that. He can push you off of your little cliff and make you deal with it, okay? He can force you to die. He can say, you know what, it's time for you to let go of this shit so we can start to live a better life together so we can actually be reborn. It's the kind of shit we want. Let's start to cherish our lives for what it truly is. I just got done explaining this card. And me and my wife really did have to have that moment in our lives where we looked at each other thinking we weren't worthy of one another because of all the damage that was done to us, right? We had to allow that old food that we didn't want within ourselves to go into the compost pile. We didn't want to throw it away. We knew it meant made us who we were as people. We didn't want to just throw away that stuff, but we didn't want it in our lives anymore. So we put it into what I call a compost pile of a mental, physical, and spiritual way for us, you know. And we had to learn how to cherish the life that was right in front of us, because we thought we were so broken, so damaged, we didn't deserve the most beautiful thing that was staring us in front of our faces, even though they were right there, our one true loves. We knew, we felt the connection, we felt everything with them. We did everything in our power to want to be with them. It felt the easiest, most safest relationship we've ever been in. We don't fight, we don't argue, we don't do any of that stuff. If we have a fight, it's more play than fighting, actual fighting. We've had like 5 major fights our entire marriage of 18 years. I don't know how many couples can say that, honestly. And when they happened, they were big. But we had to learn how to look each other in the eyes and cherish each other and say to ourselves, the good thing that's staring us in our face is finally here. Why can't I just cherish what's right in front of me? And that's what Spirit wants you to do right now. Learn how to cherish your path. Hey, it's I-4020 guy with some biddies. Thank you for the biddies. I love my biddies. So, now is your time. Now is your time with Spirit to learn how to cherish your relationship with one another. You and your relationship with Spirit is what it's all about right now. You are being driven to find how to cherish your life again. Thanks again for another 100 biddies there. Woohoo! I don't know why my fucking, well, I guess my alerts aren't working. Unless I forgot to add them. Nope. Let me try that again. Someone throw me you fun. You're funny. Haha, 20 bits. Are you gonna tip me 420 altogether there? Thanks for the biddies. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Guys, I'm gonna take a short break here to say this, because you were basically doing your reading anyway, Rose. I think you know what I'm going to say here, but you and Spirit have this deepening connection right now, and you're getting in the car with Spirit and driving together. Yes, your spouse is going to help you with this journey, but it's your journey. And yes, you have to find the beauty within yourselves and the beauty with what you're going on in your life right now. Stop looking at it as the ugly, start looking at it as the beautiful flower, and learn how to move that which is no longer serving you any purpose anymore into that compost pile to now feed that flower to grow even more, so you can cherish the life that you want to have happen next. Just to review in case you missed something there. And to I-420 guy, I want to say thank you. You are the man with the master plan. I love you. You are awesome. Let's shout out. If you don't follow this guy, get out of my chat. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right. Go give him a like. He's a 420 content creator. He plays a lot of marbles, a lot of variety game streams. Sometimes he plays car racing. Sometimes he just puts stuff on his computer and you watch silly cartoons and play little things like Coin Pusher or something like that. Go check him out. He's kind of on a little camera hiatus because cameras were bad to him for a while there. But go check him out. He is an awesome vibe. He's a party. He's the laid back, cool grandpa you always wanted, okay? So, and I'm not saying you're old, okay? I'm not calling you old. I'm just saying that's the kind of vibe you give off. He's the cool stoner hippie grandfather I wish I had. My grandfather had a stick up his ass so far I could see Saturn. He found out I turned Wiccan. He cut me out of everything because I was. But I am old. Yeah, you are old. So am I. So, Rose, I really hope that helped you today. And like you guys know, I jump around a lot during my readings sometimes, especially when people come in. I try to stay in contact with my community. Son, it's your turn finally at last. It's your turn, son. Son. But definitely go give him a check out. Okay, cleansing shuffle in progress. Throw numbers, answers, questions, blah, 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 yakety schmackities. And let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 10:30. I'll leave it open a little bit longer. I'll leave it open till 11. The queue may close at 11, guys. So if you guys want a reading, get in here before 11 o'clock Central Standard Time, because I will probably be moving on to a different. I will be closing it so I can finish the readings I got right now. You know what I'm saying? Because these do take a while, guys. And I apologize if it's too long for you guys to wait around, but I think it does send you a little message when it's your turn. I'm not quite sure about that. Some things. Oh, I know you won't mind, but I need to just have just a 5-minute coffee smoke break to recoup my spoons before I do your reading, Sen, because this one's going to be heavy for you. I can already feel it. Because they got stuff to tell you. And I'm kind of getting a really big download right now, so that's part of the reason I'm kind of stopping, because they're telling me this one's going to be important for you. This may kick your spiritual ass kind of a thing. Are you ready for that? Hey, you want it? They're going to give it to you. Okay, I'm just warning you. When I finish my smoke and just have a nice little coffee break and a smoke break real quick, just to recoup a tiny bit of my spoons here. Or I could just take my be right back break and be back in about 5 to 10 minutes where I have to go to the bathroom. But I really don't have to go right now, so it's more important to me to be here. You guys are my stars. As you guys, when you come and chat, you interact here, you come back on a regular basis. In fact, someone's been here a while and maybe, just maybe, deserves a little treat. I don't know who this person could possibly be, but we're going to find out, right? Oops. I look at your little name again there, Sen. I'm giving you VIP status because you come here all the damn time. You interact. You're a part of the community. You're a subscriber. I am hereby granting you VIP. You have become a part of my stars. Welcome. My stars are my closest, nearest people who come here on a regular basis. Yes, you are all my stars, but those are the ones who really go out of their way to show their support. So if you're a VIP, you've supported me in some way, shape, or form. It's not about money, guys. It's about you being here, about you adding to the thing. So let's get to it. Couple more drags, and I'm done. You know, I had a really good day yesterday. I had a really big stream yesterday. It was just chatting stream. I was explaining my deck to you. I was kind of telling you the whole story of the 5 paths and my journey during that, what I went through during that. So if you guys are interested in that, go check out yesterday's VOD and find out a lot more about how this became into creation, what I learned, why I learned it, when I learned it, the steps it took during that journey, how long it took, and all of that stuff. Damn straight, it's going to rain down on your ass. Hey, you deserved it, son. I don't do that for everybody, okay? I've taken people off of my VIP list because they're not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? They never come in. And I love some of these people with my dearest heart, but they've got their own communities and their own path, and it's not about them being here. It's about me trying to show support to other people. And trying to support as many people as I can. I do this because I love humanity. I love you. I truly do. You know, people say, why? How can you love everybody? Do you love every murderer out there? You know what? Murderers are people too. What drove them to be a murderer? Okay? I'm just saying, there are circumstances we don't know about. Hey, that's an abusive father beating my ass for years and years and years, and I kill his ass. I'm sorry I'm a murderer, but I had to get out of that situation. I'm sorry, that's perfectly okay with me. All right? That would be my GERD acting up. Okay. On to your reading here. 1. It was 10 of 10. I've got to go just look back up here again. 10 of 10? 10, 10, 10. I'm pretty sure it's 10 of 10. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Two, the 2 that dropped. Those are the 2 that dropped. Those were too much. What number was I on? 5 or 6? Sorry, sometimes my brain disconnects a little bit. I am having some early mental issues right now. So if you can remember, yeah, 6. Okay, thank you, 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Thank you. Like I said, just once in a while, it's like, oh, what was I on? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I know that's a part of getting older and stuff like that. So I'm not really that worried about it, honestly. But, you know, worried about it, not worried about it kind of a deal. You have a 2 God card message. And this is what you need to hear from your deity of power. And what that deity wants you to know. Now, I can't say that I know that deity very well. I have a general knowledge of that deity, but I don't even know how to say it right. You know, come on. Why is my fucking thing hate me? Brava? I don't know if you can phonetically say that for me. 6, I believe. So, let's get to it. What do they want you to know? Let's just do that. I may not be able to pronounce the name, but I know you know what I'm talking about when I say your higher power, okay? Oh, I gotta do it. Had to fix it. It's driving me crazy. It drives me crazy. It's not a long drive either. Like no one else. Hoop, hoop. You know what's serious when I have to redo the headband. You know, you see me do this thinking of my headband. It means I really got to put my spiritual cap on for this one. So not only is it a mundane, I don't like how it looks kind of a thing. It's kind of a spiritual. It's one of my spiritual cues that I'm going to be doing a heavy reading for somebody. Because I just do it automatically. I don't even think about it. No, wait, I have to fix my hat. Whenever I say that to myself, I know it's going to be something pretty heavy for you. So, the first thing that deity wants you to know, Sen, is that you keep putting yourself in a prison. A self-imposed prison. But not just any prison. A prison of your emotions. A prison of your feelings. And it's goddamn time you broke the ice here. Because you can't keep protecting yourself from everything. Everything is what you need. Everything is what you have to experience. You're blocking yourself from growth. You're blocking yourself from moving forward. Doing all of this, I'm trying to keep safe kind of shit. I know what my safety spot looks like, but you've been there so long now that you've drifted out to sea, and it's getting colder and colder and colder, building up this giant ice wall protecting you from the outside world. You are in the most secure spot you could ever possibly be, right? But guess what? It's time to grab your golden hammer and poke a couple holes so you can see the world out and see the sunshine for the first time. Maybe a breathing hole might not be bad too. Maybe you want to knock one of those out so you can actually breathe in there as well. A couple of holes want to get knocked out so that we can still survive in this thing. Hey, we're going to spend some time here. We might as well be comfortable. Well, now that we've got our holes and we're all nice, comfortable, way safe and warm, we drift out to sea where no one will ever see us, hear us, or feel us ever again. Mentally, physically, and spiritually in our lives, are we doing this to ourselves? I think it's more of a mental block than it's a physical block. You have plenty of opportunities to socialize. It's not a spiritual block because you're trying to communicate with spirit. You know what it is? It's those mundane thoughts you are having on your own that keep blocking you from the kind of life you want to live. It's time to start to chip away at that barrier you think is keeping you safe. All it's doing is blocking you from the joy, the happiness, the love, all of that good stuff you want to happen. You're honestly blocking yourself from your own happiness, if that makes any sense to you. They want you to get back to tending to self again. It's time to do some self-care here. It is definitely time, said Paul, to cut the bullshit. Really cut the bullshit down. Like they're fire logs in your pyre fire. Your great and powerful circle. Your beautiful and wondrous fire pit of power. Your great flame, the one that keeps you going. Yeah, you guessed it. It's your soul. Physically, mentally, and spiritually today, I want you to give yourself a break. I want you to give yourself a self-care moment. Go take a warm bath with the candles and the pretty music if that's what it takes. Go out to the sports gym and exercise your ass off if that's what it takes. Go give yourself some much needed sleep and rest and live in and breathe in just the rest, just the sleep. Start to tend to self again. Start to take care of that spirit. Show us how much you've learned. Show us how much you have brought yourself together to focus what we are giving you. We're giving you the fire to melt this goddamn ice already. We're giving you the happy. We're giving you what you're asking for to melt this ice away. We're only asking you to take better care of yourself and do better things for who you are as a person, mundanely. The spirit, we've got you. The physical, you're not that bad. You can't live a life, okay? What you need to do is tend to yourself and give back to yourself that which you truly need. Now, you know what? There are two different cards in my deck. There's the feed card and then there's the donate card, okay? Feed usually means give you what you need. This is all about the want. You know, we want the nice new car, the nice new whatever, the nice new computer system layout. I want my life to be this. I want my life to be that. Want. Right? These are the things you've been aspiring to have in your life that you truly want to have in a real physical, mental, and spiritual way. Well, it's time to fill up your piggy bank a little bit and give yourself back some of that much needed love, affection, and all that other stuff into your own goddamn piggy bank for a change, rather than giving it all away for a while. You have a tendency to give away your energy like it's candy in a store full of candy, and kids have just gotten off the bus and they're running into your store going, "Can I have one piece of free candy?" And you're giving it out willy-nilly, and you've run out of free candy now. You're going to waste so much free candy, you may be going out of business soon because there's no candy left. You've given it all away, right? Until you take back a little bit of what you've given. And I had to learn this lesson the hard way, okay? I hope you don't have to learn it the hard way. I hope you can do it easier than me. Okay, I really do. But I had to empty out that box and tell myself this is what I truly want in my life. I had to put it in that box. The only reason I can come and do this for you is because I donate to myself on a daily basis. After this, I go rest. I get my self-care in. I go eat the meals I need to go eat. I go take time to watch some silly TV shows that are meaningful, kind, wonderful things. Right now, I'm watching The Airbender on Netflix, okay? Some of this that I'm learning and experiencing, even through a movie, I am learning how to embrace spirituality. I'm learning how to tend to self. I'm learning how to donate to myself. It's time to celebrate. Do you see the cards you are getting there, son? Do you see the cards you are getting? One thing you need to work on, tending to yourself. Just take better care of yourself. Give yourself permission to accept the wants. Open up your arms, open up your hands, and say, "Thank you." And start to celebrate all this abundance coming your way. Because if you can't accept the abundance being shoved in your ass right now, you're never ever gonna get the happy you're looking for. Celebrate life. Get those friends who mean something to you and learn how to celebrate. You are the person making the soup that will feed the world. What do you want to feed the world? What do you want to feed yourself? What do you want to put into that soup? That cauldron of change that we will do together, or I will do on my own. You will help me create my soup. You won't do it for me, but you'll help me create it. You'll give me suggestions, but you won't put the stuff in the soup. You won't sit there and stir for me. It's time to celebrate that flame. It's time to start that new beginning. I think you're fairly ready for this there, Sen. But what your deity is trying to basically tell you is stop blocking yourself from your own happiness, basically. Yeah, God cards. So if you got two, so I bet this is one answer from each of them. Lord and Lady kind of a deal, okay? So I would say that this is how it goes. I would say it goes in the order in which you put it in chat. So I have to go back up and see who's first, but who's on first? Ba-Rava. Ba-Rava, thank you for saying that. Ba-Rava. Ba-Rava was for, is that deity that you're trying to hear, right? Let go of the sadness. You're holding it like Gollum's ring. This is the most precious thing to me because it's been a part of my life so long. I don't know how to get rid of it. The whole point of the journey, they could have taken the eagles, okay? They could have just said, let's hop on the eagles, go to Mount Doom, get to the mountain, land there, walk into the stupid little thing, drop the stupid thing into the middle of the stupid thing, and let the story end. But did they take that way? No. You know why? Because they had to learn how to go through the shit. They had to learn that they were the sky. They were the ones who were in control of their journey. They were the ones who decided to take the long way. They're the ones who said we need to do this as a couple, as a party, as a team together. We're not doing this together. It wasn't just Frodo. It was Sam. It was all the other people who got him to where he was. It wasn't until that last final step that he did it on his own when he finally dropped the ring and he was so torn up by, do I let go of this power or not? Right? Well, you are the person in control of the world that you are living right now. You need to decide to be the sun behind the clouds and pierce through those clouds like they are so much dust in your way and start to clear your sky up. It's time to take back the control you want. Cut off all those people telling you how to run your goddamn life. Tell them to go fuck themselves and tell them to leave you the fuck alone. I'm going to control my own life. If I want to go fast, if I want to go slow, that's what I'm going to do. I'm fanning my own fire here. I'm tending to my own self here. Let go of the sadness and take back control of your life again. Allow yourself to feed the fire you want to feed. You can either walk in sadness or walk in control and purpose and meaning. Which one is it? San, that was your reading for today. TC, you are next in chat. TC to the reading room. It is time for your reading. As soon as I can get my mouse to work, I'll put you in the chat. All right. Cleansing shuffle time. I don't know why, but I feel like that had a little bit more meaning to it. I might not have been as expressive as I normally am with people, but I think I gave you exactly what you needed to hear, and it kind of hit home a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm feeling for you. Your guys want me to tell you one last thing, San, and Bava wants me to tell you one last thing. You're good enough as you are. We love you. I want you to say that to yourself every day. We love you for who you are. Every day for a month, they want that from you. If you're willing to do that, they're going to be willing to talk to you more after that month. That's what they need from you. Willing to do that? General reading, I see, huh? Got too many people in the chat to do a journey layout. Maybe somewhere down the road we'll do a journey layout. You just got one not too long ago, so I don't think you need one right now. But so I'm hoping that Sen got that message and they got what that means to them and stuff like that. And I hope that helps them in whatever journey that's going on. Okay, TC, this is your official 3 shuffles. 1, 2, 3. 1 God card for you today there, my lovely young lady. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is now on top. Good. I'm glad it did. So, what do we need to know, TC? Oh, I knew this was coming. Yep. All right. Now, because she is my student, there's certain things I don't want to talk about online because I don't like to reveal what I'm talking about with her and her path and journey. But she knows what I'm talking about here. Hopefully, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. When I say this, you know what phase you're in right now in your journey. You're reassessing everything. You're pulling everything together. You're looking at the puzzle pieces. You know you're not missing anything. You're waiting to see what develops. You have an understanding of that. You've walked in the dark long enough. Now you're walking out of this and starting to see the puzzles that are put in piece. You know what this card should look like? Like that. I am here, and now I am starting to see the puzzle pieces come together, right? I have been in the unknown, in the abyss, reassessing for a while, but now I'm starting to see all the other pieces that are finally coming together and having meaning to me. That's why we're going through what we're going through right now. That's why yesterday's lesson was so important to you. Thank you, Pope. Fuck you, Pope, my ass. I'm a prophet, not a pope. I know what you meant, but I'm just giving you a hard time about it. Don't consider me the authority of everything. I'm not that good, okay, guys? You know that this puzzle pieces are working together, and you know you're going to find the balance. You know it's going to have meaning to you. Wait until the shitstorm stops. Wait until you don't have to deal with your current situation anymore, because the only thing you're doing now is moving to that first piece. We're moving from where we are now to somewhere different. Now we're going to be doing that in our actual lives as well. When we finally get to where we are going, we have to understand that now we start our true journey. We are the great oak. We are the person we've always wanted to be. We just weren't free to express that before. We are now able to express everything going on. Chucky, you're almost there. We got one more in front of you. I'll get to you as fast as I can. Like I say, I go in order. I take as long as I take. But you know that this is this move means a lot to you. And you want it to be the new future. You want it to be the new you, the new everything. So set it down right now and say that's what it's going to be. You are ready to move into this new experience, this new change. The Great Oak card is all about accepting yourself and your situation for what it is. You know you're moving from a bad situation to a better situation. Let it be that instead of worrying about what it could become. You're worried it's going to turn into the same shitstorm you just left. I know. I know you're worried that you're going to be stuck in the exact same bad situation again, right? Nope, you're not. You're not going to let yourself be in that situation again. If you have to put out your daggers to make sure that doesn't happen, that's what you're going to have to happen. Now, I usually tell people when they get this card, they need to dumb down their protections. I'm here to tell you she's one who needs to add more spikes to the pyre here, okay? It's time to really put the sharp edges out and say, get anywhere near me and my power. I will show you how powerful I really am, right? Now, the crystallized card usually means you're crystallizing in fear so much that you can't look at it in a new, different way. This is the card I drew for myself today, so you know what I say when I draw my card for myself today. Crystallizing in fear, I did this a lot. I let my life crystallize me in fear so bad. I was so protected. I kept myself from the happy for 30 years. That's how protected I wanted to be, right? So put out appropriate amounts of protection, yes, but don't put out so much protection you stop yourself from growth either. Don't put yourself in your own bad situation by putting that thought out into the universe in the first place. You are using your will and intent to protect yourself, not from the things that will keep you growing, but only that which will no longer serve you purpose. You are finally doing this, and I'm glad to see it happening. You are integrating your life together to have meaning. We are bringing the good parts of ourselves together. We are discovering what it means to be this new thing that we are discovering. We are finding new avenues every day. We are bringing things closer and closer together. And as we start to spark that new flame within ourselves and we light that flame, this is the move here. The candle light will go on to this and it will spread out through the rest of your life if you let it. But you have to let it. You have to be the one who carries the light of love and forgiveness and beauty and hope and things happening the way you want them to, and a life you've always wanted to live. The spot that you saw, I said to you yesterday, 1 year and day from yesterday, you will be the happiest woman in the entire world. You have to believe it. You have to spark that flame and say, today I believe that. And I know within a year and a day I will be that. And you know that will spread out through the rest of your days. We're building it together, you and I. We'll talk about that when we get to that stage. Don't get a choice. Yeah, you're still freezing in place. You're still letting the small little fears and anxieties get to you when you know you can very well stomp your feet and get through them. You know you're on your way out of that ice right now, don't we, TC? You've given me carte blanche permission to kick your spiritual ass anytime I feel I need to. So here is to you no longer being stuck in the fucking ice. Here's to you no longer being stuck in the fucking ice. Yeah, I swore. TOS, come and get me. These are blunt 18 plus tarot readings. If you're underage and you're here, I'm not going to kick you out, but hey, parents, if you're watching, I'm talking naughty words. You got this. You got it. You don't have it. You don't want it. You got it. You're not going to think about it. You're going to fucking do it. Work on what I told you to work on. Let's get that finished first. Let's work on what we talked about yesterday. Let's get that down first. Then we'll work on the other stuff. Let's just get the basics down first. Once we're comfortable in the basics, then we can add more piles onto the fire, okay? And to UTC, I know that we just talked the other day, but I can already feel the shift and change in you. I can already feel that you're looking forward to that news of I can actually move in now, right? And when you do move, tell them you're not paying the full month. If they're going to take this long, you're going to pay half a month's rent for you waiting so long for getting into it. See, there you go. You move in Friday. Woohoo! Congratulations, she's moving in Friday. Bloop, 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 bloop. Hey, celebration time for AGC. This is big news for her. She's been waiting for this news for a while, and I just want to celebrate a little bit with her. Congratulations! And you got it prorated too. Fuck yeah. All right. GGG. Groff, it's your turn. Finally, at last, it's your turn. It's been a while. You've had to wait a long-ass fucking time, but here we are. Yo, bro, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this stream. I am the Unknown Prophet. I'm going to ask you to pick some numbers, 1 through 10. How many times do you want me to shuffle the deck for you? Then pick a number 1 through 52. That's where the answers will be in my deck. If cards pop out of the deck while I'm shuffling and hit the deck, those are your higher power cards. They're the most extreme messages you will get from your higher power. Beware, beware. Okay? And then I will answer any question you want me to answer. Put it as simply as possible so I can understand it. Other than that, I will give you a general reading. So whenever you're ready, throw me your numbers. I am thinking. We'll wait to see if you have a question. So if you want a general, just say general. If you want an actual answer to a question, throw me your question while I start to shuffle for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You already get God cards. That was only the first shuffle. DTV's in the house. Whoop, whoop, DTV. Hey, here's a gamer you need to follow. Go follow DMITV. He is a hell of a good guy. Go give him all the support. He's trying to become the best in the world right now as a gamer. Hey, yo, get up in here. It's your turn, right? So general reading for you. You've already got. Now, that was only shuffle number 1, so. All right, shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4 God card message today, okay? And now 42. The answers to the universe and everything there is. I'm grabbing my towel and we're going to get going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, and the 42nd card is now on top. Are you ready for the big think? Are you ready for the answers? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you? Yeah, I'm being silly. If you've never seen the movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's a 42 reference. So. I will be having a late start tomorrow, guys. I'm going to be doing some morning shopping that we need to get done. I need to go do some shopping in the morning, so I probably won't be on till like 9:30, 10, depending on when I get home from shopping. So tomorrow I will be doing some light shopping. And then on the 14th, we will have 420 unknown, okay? So just to let you know that the schedule is on the 14th, we'll have our 420 tarot reading stream where I use cannabis to enhance my gifts. And we have a lot more fun conversations and stuff like that, don't we, guys? So here we go with your reading. Generally, what do you need to know today? And as you can see, I do not have a normal tarot deck. I have a custom-made deck that I made. So, here's what you need to know for you today there, my friend. So, Groff. And I'm going to call you Groff for this reading here. Because I just don't know how to say everything else. I'm sorry you had to see that. It was necessary. Sorry, I should have grabbed this. Okay. Anyway. Out of my nose. Get out of my nose. I have nasal issues too. You don't want to know how many body issues. One moment. We're waiting for an ad. We're going to wait for an ad because I don't know if he has a subscriber or turbo. If you're turbo, let me know. If you're not turbo, we'll wait for the ad to break. And it looks like our ad break has stopped and we're back now. Just want to make sure we're still here there, Groff. All right. I'm just waiting for a response from Groff to make sure he's here before I start. Groff, just let me know you're here. Throw an emote, throw something to just say I'm here. Or say, I'm here. I'll just have a cigarette until you come back in here. Groff, if you're here, please let me know. That way, I want to make sure you're here for your reading because there was an ad and I want to make sure you're still back. Chat do paused. Okay. Sorry, my chat paused again. I'm sorry. My chat decided to go wonky on me. I'm sorry, Cozy. Thank you for letting me know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there, but my chat froze for a second. So I didn't see the response. Now I've got it back to where it's going to show me what's going on each time you type it. So Sorry about that, but let me get the download real quick. Okay, so, Groff, the thing that you've been working on recently, and I know it's been kind of hard for you to do, you've been trying to find a way to move your life in a certain direction. You want a certain thing. You want to have your life be a certain way, or you've got an idea of something you actually want it to become. You're trying to manifest it into being, but you kind of feel like you're being held back a little bit, like you're not getting enough support or something like that. And there have been a couple of your own attributes that you kind of had to say, well, I have to be a little bit more this, this, and this, but I can't be this, this, and this anymore. Well, you've been eating from your plate of trying to self-discovery here, and you couldn't finish everything on your plate, right? Because there was way more that you could handle right at this moment. There was stuff on that plate you just didn't like. Someone gave you the mushrooms and you hate mushrooms, so you're not eating mushrooms. Maybe you're allergic to mushrooms. Maybe you can't eat mushrooms. Okay, but there's some things that we can't eat and digest in this world. Sometimes that happens to us, right? So what do we do with that crap that we can't use anymore or can't consume anymore? Hey, I can't consume depression anymore. I'm full of depression already. I don't need any more depression. I don't need that in my life. I'm going to leave that on my plate, right? I'm leaving that anxiety on that plate. I'm leaving that shit that I don't want on that plate. But I'm not just going to throw that crap away. I'm going to put it into a compost pile of my life, and I'm going to turn that into something that will benefit me someday. I'm going to throw away that which is no longer serving me any purpose into my mythical compost pile. And as I start to put this stuff into my compost pile, and it starts to slowly degrade and decay and turn into dirt, because you're in that process of now we have to wait. Now we have to let world, life, everything happen for a while. Now we have to let it kind of soak into our very being and turn into dirt. And as it turns into dirt, we start to begin again, and a new path begins. And finally, we see that we are able to use this fertilizer to make ourselves grow. The only thing we have left to do now, and right now, is time to embrace all of who you are. The good, the bad, the ugly, the gray, all of it, everything. Every last thing you need to love, like it was your best friend, your lover, the thing you couldn't live without. I want you to love all the parts of you. I want you to embrace yourself completely and totally today for who you are. Because you are a beautiful person. Because you are living a beautiful life. But until you can wrap your arms around yourself and say, I am loved, I am accepted, I am embraced by this world, now you will embrace those who seek you. And now you will finally find that feeling of acceptance that you've been searching for, that belonging you've wanted, that purpose, that meaning. It's not because of the other people. It's because you have chosen to stop showing that fake ass mask and embrace who you really are and show people who that is, whether they like it or not. Tough shit. Know what I'm saying? I love me. All of me. Even the worst parts of me, I love. I was abused by a babysitter. I've had nasty thoughts about kids in the past. When I was younger, I've gone through a lot of therapy not to think that way anymore, but because of the abuse I endured, some of that was meant me figuring it out, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you the complete abuse story, but it's there, right? You understand what I'm talking about. That I had to understand that didn't make up who I was as a person. It happened to me. It was something that was done to me. It wasn't done something that I did to myself. Why do I hate that part of me that allowed that to happen in the first place? I was 8 years old. I thought it was a game. I thought it was something that if I played, I didn't have to play it. So I sat in that closet and I watched like a hawk so it wasn't my turn. But when I couldn't stand watching the kids being abused anymore, I got out of that closet and said, I'll take his turn. And I let myself be abused so that my brother or some other kid she was babysitting wouldn't get the abuse that day. That's the kind of shit I am, the kind of person I am. Since 8 years old, okay? This is who I've been since I've been 8 years old. I love that part of me. Without me loving that part of me that chose a better future. Yeah, because that happened to me, I had some really nasty thoughts. Really nasty thoughts that I hated that I had. So I went to therapy. I got taken care of. I made sure that that thought was no longer in my head. Now I'm a champion of this. Now I am the person who goes out and speaks out about that. Now I am the person who realizes that I chose to be a hero, not a villain, right? And now I'm finally developing that picture in my head. I am finally stitching together what I want to see my life become. You're the artist. Do you know that I am an artist too? Do you want to see one of my darkest paintings ever? This is called Soulless. It's the darkest painting I have ever created. I'm an artist. When you look at this, what do you see? You're going to see this in a different way than I had put my experience into it. This was me at my lowest moment in life. This was what I felt like. This is what I felt like my soul was becoming. And when I drew this, I thought I was a goner. I was done being a good guy. I was done taking care of anybody else. But you know what? At the time, that's what the picture looked like. That's what I had weaved into my world. I accepted that picture. I was trying to show the world how I felt. Now, what you see when you look at that picture, you may see a beautiful picture. You may see something that intrigues your mind and makes you think about your own soul. Maybe it opens up your brain and you think about something you haven't thought of for years. I don't know what it will do to you, right? But you are developing this picture now. As you are starting to weave yourself into the people and places and things you want to happen in your life, you are creating this picture. How people look at that picture will be up to them, but you know what you put into it. You know what the intent was behind it. You've got to get used to people looking at you and maybe liking you and not liking you. Because this is why you're going through everything right now, Groff. It's that beautiful flower within yourself. Now, I usually tell the dandelion story here, because that's the most best possible thing, but you don't need the dandelion story. You know what you need to hear? You are a beautiful flower. And that's the only thing you need to accept right now. That out of all of this pain, all of this hardship, getting and throwing away what you didn't want, embracing yourself for who you are, realizing what that picture will look like in yourself, in your future, and everything you want to create. I will become the beautiful flower I see in my head and who I will be. My life will become one where I used to consider an ugly old weed to now rediscovering how beautiful my life truly is. And that is your general reading for today. But yet again, we have more answers for you should you wish to see them. We have a 4 God card message for you, Groff. How do God cards work? Here's how they work. When you're asking a question of your higher power, whatever that may be recently, you've been saying, please God, give me an answer to this question that's in my head, over and over again, asking for answers. Now they've been trying to tell you these answers, but you haven't been paying attention, so they're here to give you the answer in no uncertain terms. These will kick spiritual ass. I do not apologize for any of it. You get what you get. So if I have to yell at you, scream at you, whatever, this is when I become the most extreme tarot reader. This is when the blunt tarot reader comes out a little bit more than it normally does. Now, I don't hold back on anything, but you know what I'm saying. There's stages of who I am as a reader sometimes. So I go with what I feel intuitively you need to hear. So my question for you, Groff, and I only ask this one time. Do you want to see your God cards? Yes, I want to see them. No, I don't want to see them. But they will probably answer that question. You've been asking them lately. Just be ready for the answer. If you're not ready for that, say no. I go to Chucky, who is next in line. Chucky, get your ass in here. You're next. All right. We're waiting for Groff to respond here real quick. And I am officially closing the queue. I'm sorry, I have now officially closed the queue for the rest of the stream. Come back tomorrow if you want a reading. I've got 2 more readings in chat. It's almost 11:18, and I want to go see if any of my friends are out there to go raid today. I want to go get something to eat. I got to go potty here, so I'm kind of waiting for Groff to say he's here. Groff, this is your second call for your God cards. Second call. Oh, wait. Chat decided to pause again. Fuck. Sorry. God damn, why does it keep doing that to me? I know exactly what you mean, weirdly. Yeah, missing piece. I see death. Yeah, I'm down to see. Yes, I want to see. I'm ready. Okay, sorry. Like I said, I'm sorry. I don't know why my chat keeps pausing on me. So what does the universe trying to tell you how to deal with whatever's going on right now? The first thing they want you to do is this. Okay, Groff? And then thank you very much. You're next, Chucky, okay? After this, you're next. So get your numbers ready, get your questions ready. You're next in line, okay? I know it's been a while, but that's how it goes here. Go in order. I don't skip around. So, but what you really need to start to do for yourself, Groff, is you need to put that spiritual coat of armor back on. The reason I wear this shirt every day, this hat every day, and this necklace every day isn't because I want to look nice for stream. Okay? Yeah, it's a nice way of making me look pretty for all of you. But I put this on for very real spiritual reasons. I put this shirt on to protect me from the physical world that is going to harm me. Everything that could happen in this world, this is my cape. This is my cloak of armor. I am the most powerful being when I am wearing this. Nothing can get through any of my shields. I am powerful. I am the one who's in control. You need to start to put your coat of armor back on again. And it's time that you stopped giving yourself the grief, because I put this hat on to cut off the mundane thoughts in my head. My own thoughts get in my way sometimes. So when I put this cap on, I don't think mundanely. I'm a spiritual man. I put this necklace on to protect my spirit from outside spiritual forces that might not want to do good in this world, that are doing their job of making change and growth happen in people's lives, but maybe you don't need that kind of growth and change. Maybe you need something different. So, it's time to put your cloak of armor back on once again, my friend, and protect yourself from the sleet outside of your world, because you're traveling outside without a jacket right now, and you need to put your cloak of armor back on. You need to start to see who you are as a whole. You are not a lot of little pieces that don't make any sense. You aren't. You reflect who you truly are. When people look at you, maybe they see a jumble mess, maybe they don't. But what you reflect to them is what they're showing you. So whatever you say to that other person that you don't like, or that person that you love, you're secretly telling yourself, I hate that person because they talk too much, they blah, blah, blah. And watch how much you do that. And how much you wish you didn't do that. So put your cloak of armor back on and start to realize your true reflection and realize that you are a whole person. Because if you look carefully in this picture, you will see a beautiful oak tree. But you got to look to see it. There are leaves right up here. The trunk is right down here somewhere. And it looks like you can't see it, but it's there. And it's a beautiful thing to witness. But you really got to look at what it's showing you in order to see it, right? So how do we do these things? We start to take the easy path for a change. Yeah, you're a determined person, and that's not a bad thing, okay? But maybe it's time to take a slower approach at what you want to get out of life. Maybe you need to start to take a smaller, easier plan, a 10-step process to get to where we want to get in our lives. We're going to make goals. We're going to make this goal be the most important goal we work on right now. It's going to take 10 steps to get there, and every goal is even more important than the last. And I'm going to take the easy path by taking it one step at a time, one moment at a time. And start to make a plan that makes sense instead of trying to just go after it all the time. Maybe it's time to slow it down a little bit and take some stages. The last and final message I have for you, Groff, and I think this is exactly what you need to hear today above all the other things because this is a definite major card in my deck. It's the almost last card of the actual tarot deck. The Larimar's Door is a very special card to me because in this photo is my Coven Stone, the Stone of Freedom, the Larimar. What I had to learn when I got this was the most important lesson I have ever learned in my life, because I had to learn how to embrace my freedom within myself. Freedom of speech, freedom to tell my story, freedom to live the life I want to live, freedom to dress the way I want to dress, all of that stuff, right? Freedom to know that I had choices. Freedom to know that no one could stop me no matter what they tried to do. Okay? I had to understand that the life I had been living up to the point before I got this stone was my ugly old cage I had been living in. I had been keeping myself in a cage for 30 years. And I didn't know how to get out of that cage. In that cage, yeah, my safe spot is in that cage, but surrounding that cage is all of my doubts, all of my fears, all of my anxieties. Every bad thing I want to keep out of my life is being surrounded by this giant fucking cage. And I can see every last little thing outside of my cage trying to grab me and get to me, right? It's like my life. I thought I was doomed. I didn't deserve happiness. I thought I was going to die at 35. That's how much I was so depressed and so anxiety. You know what I'm saying? I realized that I've been putting myself in my own self-imposed prison. That the place that I was used to, what I grew up in, what I was used to, may have felt safe at the moment, but it was actually destroying me. It was actually damaging who I wanted to be as a person. And I had to physically, mentally, and spiritually in my mind move out of that place. I had to look around and say, what an ugly thing I'm living in here. Why do I keep living here? Why can't I live somewhere else? Why can't I be happy? Why can't I be... Well, if I can't walk out of this cage and leave this behind, then I will never be free. So what? Where's that key? Where did I put the key? You don't think you have the key. It's in your goddamn right pocket. It's been there the entire time. You forgot the guard gave you the card and said you could go out anytime you wanted to use the bathroom or whatever. But there are scary things outside you have to face to get to the bathroom. Okay? But I moved out of that ugly old cage. And I saw what I'd been putting myself in for all of that time. And I said, I don't want to go back there ever again. So I locked that cage and I threw that key into the center of it. After that day, I embraced my freedom. I embraced my freedom of choice, my voice, my everything. I became the Stone of Freedom. I was a unison kind of finding who I was as a person at the moment. I was called a different thing. I was called unison. I was trying to find a way to bring both worlds together. I had a bad life and a good life. How do I bring those together so I can actually just live life? Right? So I walk out of the cage door and guess what I see? Roads upon roads going anywhere I want to go, doing anything I want to do. So today is the day you set yourself free. It's time to walk out of your cage, grab your goddamn key, throw it back in the goddamn cage, and move the fuck on. Whatever that means to you. May you live in peace and harmony. May it be something you needed to hear. Hopefully, you come here for that. I am a blunt tarot reader. I tell you what you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know. I am not a professional doctor, lawyer, or any other professional of any kind. I have a minister credential from an online ministry thingy. Okay? So I have studied, yes, but I have not become an official thing. I am an official minister who can cut all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And Chucky, you've been waiting a while, so let's get to it, right? So Chuck, whenever you're ready, throw me your numbers. Let me do a cleansing shuffle for you. Chuck, it's your turn. Chucky, get your doll ass in here. Chucky the clown. That would be scary as hell. A big ass Chucky dressed as a clown. There's someone out there who hates dolls and clowns. That would be terrifying. I'm a paranormal investigator. I would love to see that shit. Are you kidding me? I've never seen a real ghost. I take that back. I've seen a spirit once. Only once. It was a long time ago. And I didn't have a way to prove I saw it. I want to be able to go on a ghost hunt, capture a ghost photo, and say, I caught that, and I'm the one who proved to myself there is an ethereal realm for me. Not for anybody else, not for a show, not for you, anything. Just because I want to go experience it. You know, I've been wanting to do something like that for a while too, but I'm not doing that right now because I want to do tarot reading. I want to create the coven I want to create someday. I'm working on my deck. So I've got a lot of fires I want to make sure, but I want to concentrate on the one fire that's the most important to me. That's you guys. So, right, Chucky, throw me your numbers and let me know you're still here because I know you said you're ready. Make sure, wait, pause. Chat paused again. Give me a second. God damn it. Chat paused again. Sorry. I got to go back and see what you said. Yeah, I've been having similar things I used to wear, but I stopped. Good. Okay, I'm in my early 30s now. Wow, thanks. I'm glad that helped you. In Vegas, there is a clown-themed hotel. I know. I want to go to the clown museum. I want to go to the doll museum. I want to go to... God, there's so many things. I don't want to go to Zach Bacon's Haunted Museum. That's a fake-ass bullshit thing, but... Zach Bacon's is the biggest fraud in the entire world. Sorry. I know real ghost hunters who actually really go out there and ghost hunt, don't have a TV show to do it. They have a YouTube channel. They just try to record what happens. They don't even edit it. They just show you what happened during the entire night. We only get to see clips on that damn show. I still watch it, but I know he's fake as shit. So throw me your numbers one more time because I had to catch up on chat there. And whatever your question is, because I missed it. Please repost. Okay, 8 and 16. Here we go. Here are your 8 official shuffles. Well, I'd like to know what Anna is currently feeling for me and what the future will look like for us. Okay, let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 God card, 7, and 8. 2 God cards for you today, my friend. And the 16th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And the 16th card is now on top. And we have 1 reading left after this. Cozy, you are the last and final reading of today. Thank you everyone who has come here to support me and be a part of my stream. I do this because I am a bored old man who has nothing to do and I love my life. Bixby, shut the hell up. Bixby, stop listening. Hey Bixby, stop listening. Give me a second. I gotta clear my screen of this stupid fucking shit. Now I can't see you. God damn it. I can't. Escape. How do I get out of this shit? Clear screen. How do I... Okay. Have I lost you? I honestly don't know if you're even still here. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm having an issue here on my computer. One moment. Hold. Okay, there we go. That's that. There it goes. It finally went away. All right, that's gone. That's gone. And we did all of the shuffles and everything, so all I got to do is put the cards out now. I just wanted to make sure that whatever was going on was going on. Oh, God. So, thank you. It's my hat. I've also got this one I can wear. I got a couple different ones I can wear now. Let's get to it, Chucky. You waited long enough for this reading, and you want to know about you and Anna, right? First of all, give yourself enough credit to say at least this is finally happening, that you are starting to finally give into and allow yourself to breathe a little bit, because you and Anna, even if it's the beginning of a relationship, I kind of feel like it might be like either new beginning or a re-beginning. I don't know if it's a new beginning or if it's a re-beginning kind of a feeling I'm getting here. But something had to change out of both of your lives, right? You had a little bit of self-care cooking to do. She had a little bit of self-care cooking to do. We weren't really ready for both. Anybody? Yeah, I know Discord sounds. They're popping off like a popcorn in a popcorn machine, okay? I'm sorry. But that's why I have my office mic a little farther away, but it still keeps coming back up. So, what you're doing now is you and Anna have to discover what change you guys need to start to pick up together. It's not your journey anymore, Dre. It's not Chucky. Sorry, Chucky. It's not just your journey anymore, Chucky. Chucky can't do it without Tiffany. Even though they're murderous beings who hate each other sometimes and want to kill each other on a constant basis. No, it's not yours. I just saw your name and I accidentally said your name, because that's the name I saw on my chat screen instead of seeing Chucky's name. So I just made an oopsie. But now you are doing this together. You have a piggy bank that you're setting aside for both of you. You're picking up the right kind of change for you right now. She's picking up the right kind of change for her right now. Now we're going to donate to our relationship and everything we want to do with it. What do we want out of this relationship, right? So now you are picking up the right kind of experience and or tools to make your life and your relationship be that much better. I will give you the best relationship advice I know how to give, okay? So here's what the best way to live a good relationship for anybody who's out there. First, be open and honest. I don't care what kind of shit you did in your life. I don't care how bad it was. Tell your partner what it was. Be completely open and honest about that. The tarot cards, as far as printing, has failed. We'll have to wait a little bit longer to do that now. Other than that, the tarot cards are on hold for right now, because I didn't meet my goal of Kickstarter campaign was epically failed. So, but I want to get back to doing Chucky's reading because they've been waiting a long time for this. So just kind of slight update on that for you. Now, it's your turn to discover what beauty you have in this relationship. What are the beautiful parts of it that you need to adopt into your very being? Open, honest relationship. We're going to share everything. We're going to trust like we trust them implicitly, unconditionally. Unconditional love, unconditional trust. Open and honest. We are going to communicate. I might have to tell you stuff that will hurt you, that will make you in pain sometimes, but I need you to open up those big ears and hear when I'm telling you that. I expect you to come back to me and tell me how that made you feel, but at the same time, don't take it so personally that you think it's too against you. It's just me getting it out, and I need you to understand, right? That's what we're working on. We're removing what used to be the ugly parts, and now we're replacing it with more beautiful ones. We open up those lines of communication, and we actually start to talk. Active listening, active hearing, active seeing, okay? So you're actively going to see the situation for what it is. You're going to hear the situation for what it is. And then you're going to make sure you talk and speak and respond how it made you feel. But let's do it in a way that's not yelling and screaming at each other, okay? I don't think you're doing that, but it's just something I wanted to give you, okay? And then you have to have that equal love in return. There has to be the same amount of love you're giving them, they have to be giving you back in return, okay? And then you have to be this team together. You have to be the most powerful team. Me and my wife, we are powerful beings on our own, but when we come together and we call ourselves magical freedom, we cannot be stopped. We're like the Rick and Michonnes of this world, okay? If you're a Walking Dead fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, well, okay. We are the most main characters in the story who defeat the armies, who beat all the bad guys, blah, 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 blah. But we had to discover the beautiful parts of our relationship and see the beauty with one another, even the ugly parts sometimes, right? We love them unconditionally. We communicated with them. We're open and honest with them. We are a team, but we still have our own separate things we do for ourselves. That there are sometimes when we can't be together, where we don't need to be together to be together. You know what I'm saying? I trust her, she trusts me, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Right. I think to stop thinking I need to do everything. Yeah. Exactly. You're doing this together. What you don't want to happen is you to let this fear that you have of what it could become, because you're afraid. You're afraid that this will turn sour bad, that you will lose this person. First thing you got to do is drop that bullshit off at the kiddie pool and let it float away from your ass like a turd you forgot to poop out of your ass. Okay? Because that's all you're doing. You need to take the shit, put it into the toilet, and flush it down. Okay? Because you can't keep protecting yourself from everything. Even the good stuff, really? Chucky? Even the good things, you're going to protect yourself from the person who wants to share your life with you, who wants to be a part of your journey with you, who is not trying to fix you. They're trying to share your journey. They're not there to fix you. The only person who can fix you is you. So if you're using this relationship to fix your own ass, it ain't going to come off very well for you, because you're not going to get what you want there. You're going to have to find yourself first before you find that. And that's the point. You keep crystallizing in fear. Don't let this crystallize you in fear. Don't let those negative doubts and thoughts make you so jaded and I'm so scared of the bad thing coming my way that I'm going to do everything it takes to protect myself from that harm, even if that means my spouse is heading right into my arms with my daggers out. Did I make a good point? You are just like my father. You have drawn the blue wolf card, which is my father's card in my deck. So if there is a father figure in your life that you could seek some advice from today, besides me, I would definitely go seek that father figure's advice about this whole situation that you are currently going through right now. They may have the advice that I can't give, that you need to get from them. Did you pronounce daggers as drayers? No, I didn't. I sometimes I roll my words and my mouth gets all mumbly, and I really don't remember what I said. So, Chucky, the blue wolf. Before my father became the blue wolf, he was not a responsible person. He was a young man who was tasked with way too much responsibility when all he wanted to do was go and have fun. They grew up in the 70s. My mother and father were 70 kids. Okay? They grew up around the drugs. They grew up around all of that crap. Free love, free everything, right? I love that time of our lives. I wish we could have kept going that way. But our stupid asses said, no, that's not responsible. That's not how the world works. Bullshit. If we had all just started doing that, we'd be happier right now. Anyway, but you are just like that lone wolf right now. And you've been hunting for that family. You've been trying to go out there and seek to see if there's something else out there that may fill you in a better way. You're done doing that right now. My father did the same thing to himself, okay? He used to tell himself, I hate this world. Everyone hates me. His anger came out more than his compassion, love, and empathy that he did have within him. He just didn't show any of it, right? Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things where he wasn't there for me when I was a younger boy. He was addicted to drugs. He did a lot of unresponsible things. He left my mom when I was 4 years old. So the first memory I have of him is me going to visit with him for the first time. You know what I'm saying? This is your father, and you get to spend the weekend with him. Oh, okay. But then he had another son and another family with him as too. I felt like he would replace me with something, right? And I kind of feel like you're getting that feeling now. You feel like you're being replacing something that you don't want to be responsible for filling a void in her life. You want to just be there with her, right? You have to discover that you've been howling at this person for a while. She heard your song, she came to you, and she said, yeah, I want to be a part of your pack. I want my children to be a part of your pack. I want my life to be a part of your pack. I am ready to seek that family. I am ready to be the father figure. I am ready to be the person who owns their responsibility because I'm not looking for that family to fix me anymore. All I am doing now is howling at the moon with my whole emotional heart, letting the world know who I truly am. I sung my song. You heard my song. You came to me. I don't have to be the leader of this pack. I don't have to be the follower of this pack. I just need to be a part of the pack. That's what my father had to learn before he became the blue wolf. Now he does that. And as I say to you today, no more lone wolf time. It's time to embrace the whole package. And we have a 2 God card message for you. And then Cozy, you are next. The last and final reading of today. I didn't even see you said she had kids. And now I'm just seeing that. So what does God want you to know, or what does your higher power want you to know? This is a new beginning. Treat it like that. You have been planted in the ground. You are safe and secure where you're at. You're not going anywhere. You want to be here, be there. You want to be a part of their lives, be a part of their lives. Do it with your partner. Ask permission. They're her children. They came from another person, okay? You get to be the father figure, but you will never be their father completely, totally. You may end up being the father they choose someday, but maybe you need to understand that you're embarking on a new journey that's going to take you time to grow within that. You're going to have to spread your leaves out and collect the happy and enjoy the happy so it can make you grow. Like we have to stay in the sunshine and collect that vitamin D every once in a while, right? And then we have to understand that we can't fix them. We can't do anything but be a supportive member for them, just like the branches do on our tree, right? I'm sorry, Chester. We have closed the queue for today. I've got 1 reading left, and then we're gone for today. You'll have to come back tomorrow. So, and then we take in those reins, those emotional feelings that we're feeling from the people around us, from the people who are in our lives. We let that emotional rain wash down on top of our plant. Not only does that cleanse us off of our own crap, it goes back into that earth. That earth is full of everything we need to be the person and relationship we want ourselves to be. Now we're soaking up the nutrients. We've let go of the crap, but we're soaking up the nutrients so we can help ourselves grow. And then the wind comes along to dry us off and blow off any remaining dust, and that breath of fresh air goes into our lungs, and we begin to grow again. What you don't want to do is put yourself in a goddamn ice block trying to block yourself from your own goddamn happiness already. Will you please stop? Will you please smash the rock? Will you please smash your fucking blocking? I can't believe how much you hold back. Okay? Okay. I'll call you that when it's your turn. Chester? Sorry, Chester. See you tomorrow. All right, Chester. We'll see you later, Chester Cheetah. You don't want to do this to yourself anymore. You don't want to block yourself away from everything that could be causing you the happiness. Don't be so worried that the world is going to come tear everything down on you. You have the power to bring the sun to melt the ice, don't you? You have a hammer in your hand that you can smash and start at 420. I wish I had some 420 for you right now. Maybe in a couple days. To all the 420 smokers in the world, this one goes out to you. But you know what I'm talking about there. And you know what your barriers are. And you know you need to lower your barriers down and let her in a little bit more. Maybe if you dropped those off and she could actually see what was going on, she wouldn't be so worried. You wouldn't be so worried because she'll do the same. And just be okay with whatever she's got to tell you. Don't take it as a knife in your back. Take it as a plate of food she is telling you that you can enjoy and understand. That she's just trying to send a message to you. The last and final reading of today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the Unknown Prophet. I do daily tarot readings between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I gotta fix my little thingy here so it quits bouncing back up on me. And I will be back tomorrow between 9 and 12 tomorrow. I will be doing a normal stream tomorrow. On the 14th, we'll have our 420 Unknown stream. So get prepared for that. And we will have some good green. We will smoke a joint or two. We will have a good time. We'll see you on that day. And then just a reminder that coming up on April 1st or 2nd, I will be revealing my one-of-a-kind item that you can buy online. I just had to get some money so I can get some things to put it together the right way. So here we go. Here are the last official shuffles. Let me get these cards nice and clean for you first. And, you know, okay. 4 and 22. Here are your official shuffles. I want to ask my guides what I can do to attract an apartment to move closer to my daughter and the money to pay for the move. Okay, so you want to ask for advice on how to get to that point, right? So you want to ask your guides how you can best get to that. Let's do your first official shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4. No God cards. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and now I put these cards away because I don't need them anymore. I do this, I do this, I do this, and I do this. I put the rest of the cards away. And I've got everything I need to do the last reading right now. So what do you need to do, huh? Okay, I'm closing the queue. I already closed the queue. I already cleared the queue now. One moment. One moment. Damn it. One moment. Okay, here we go. Sorry. I was getting the download too. So, Cozy, you want to ask about what you can do to attract that apartment towards you? The first thing they want you to understand is that no matter where you go with your daughter, maybe it's time for you to understand that you just have to be happy with where you're at sometimes. That the thing that you are trying to attract may be coming in the future for you, but it's not quite ready yet. Because maybe this space and distance between you and your daughter is for a reason. What they're trying to say to me here right now is they're saying that The place you're looking for that's closer to her, let me see if I can accurately describe this. Yeah, you know what's serious? When I get the hat working, okay, whatever. You know what's serious? When I get the hat on the right way. But it's closer than you think it is. Right. And now, what do we need to do that? Your joy is going to be in, yeah, why can't she come live with you? Why can't she travel from where she's at to where you're at? Why can't that just be that? Why do you need a new apartment to do that? Why can't she move to you instead of you move to her? She's your daughter, right? Do you have rules and regulations for having parental visiting rights or anything like that in your where you're at? I don't know where you're from, guys, so I don't know. But she wants it as good as you. She wants to get out of there just as much as you want her to be out of there, okay? Okay. So, we want to find a place closer to her, right? So I want you to start looking in the areas where she is the most active, okay? So, you know where her school is at. You know where her friends and stuff like that are at. And you know what she has to deal with. So, have we thought about this? Let's think out of the box. Maybe we can both go a place where she can be taken care of, but I can still just be a parent. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's a facility, and I'm talking about not like an apartment. I'm talking about like a home, a group home, where you could both go to live. I kind of feel like there's a group home of some kind or some kind of a community that you could join that would allow you that space and freedom. You live in Sweden? Okay. So like I said, I don't know your local rules and laws in Sweden, okay? So it's not like I can apply American rules to where you're at. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say. Her dad would never let her go. Are you her biological father or her chosen father? Oh, okay. But I mean, as far as who's the more biological, is it you or the other guy? Who's the biological father? Do you have biological rights in Sweden? I don't know. I don't know what the rules are for Sweden. So, but what I'm feeling though is I don't think that the place is as far away as you think it is. Yeah, I'm biological mother. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, your biological mom, they're the two dads that are in the life. One's your chosen person you want to be with, and her biological father is the asshat or whatever. I'm just getting this. I'm getting this weird download for you for some reason, because the place you're looking for is relatively close to where your daughter has her main area. Yeah, like I said, I thank you for making me understand. Because like I said, sometimes I don't always understand the messages I get either. Okay, so I didn't know if there was another man or not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to assume. I apologize for that. So you only got the one dude. She's only got the one dad. Gotcha. Because what I'm seeing is there's market right near her school. There's apartment or some kind of a like a facility for women or something where it's like people who need help and people who need help with um, emotional children and stuff like that. That there's something near you like that. Well, at least you can start the process now, and in 3 years, when it becomes important, doesn't important. I don't know if you have age laws rule or age laws too. She's going to become an adult somewhere down the line where she won't have choice to move wherever she wants. Maybe it's time to take your daughter back. Maybe it's time for you to say, "Hey, she needs to come live with me for a while." You have joint custody. She's 16, So there's nothing your father could do to stop her. I'm sorry, unless he's willing to lock her in a cage and make sure he only has the key. There's nothing she could stop. She could get on a bus right now and go your way if it was possible to do that, okay? I'm sorry, it's possible. You have to stop seeing the situation one way. You have to take your power back. You're a parent. You are equal people in this here. You have to expect equal rights for you as they would give to you. I know it's an American thing. I know that's an American idea, but it should be everywhere. You should respect your spouse as much as you respect yourself. You should love your spouse as much as you love yourself. You should not force your shit on your spouse. Allow them to know what you're going through, but it's not their problem to fix. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to change the script. Maybe there's something you need to let die and take back your power. Maybe this weak ass mom who doesn't have the right to tell fuck ass dad that you want your daughter back and you aren't taking no for an answer. If I have to go to court, I will. If I have to emancipate my daughter, I will. Whatever it takes to get my daughter away from you, I will. You have to find that thing that needs to be let go of so that you can be perceived as a new person. That's what he wants her to know. That's the thing that needs to die. It's that perception that needs to die. You need to put a new perspective in your daughter's head. Show her who you really are. Show her who you really want to be. Show her what life would look like with you. And show her and point out to her what her life is like now. And really talk to your daughter. I mean really, not the fake ass, I think I know better than you shit. Listen, hear her. She's 16. She's 4 years away from what I consider an adult. Okay? 4 years from now, she could say fuck you to both of you and never see you either again ever in her entire life. It doesn't matter whether or not he's shit talking you or not. Are you ready to blow your top off and finally take your goddamn power back or not? You're a volcano ready to erupt. It's time to do some erupting. It's time to destroy some worlds here so that you can make a new world. Yeah, it's apocalypse day in somebody else's world, but you know what? You're going to create a new path and nothing's going to stop you from getting there. If he gets in your way, guess what? I will do whatever it takes to take my daughter back from you. Even if that means I have to drive there, put her in the car, and sneak her out in the middle of the night. You say we'll never let her go. If he doesn't know she's gone, how can he stop her? Stop being a stubborn person trying to navigate around all of the issues and problems and push through them. Stop being so stuck in the emotional damage that you don't come up for that fresh breath of air of life that tells you what you want your life to look like, how you want your life to be. You are an equal person in this relationship. You are her mother. She may be the father, but that's stubbornness because you're afraid. You're a big ass whale. He's a fucking goddamn tiny tiger shark. Okay? He may have teeth. He may be a little bit more vicious, but if you really wanted to, you could swallow him whole. You have no idea the power you possess and the fire you could light in his ass if you really wanted to. You're just not willing to go that far right now because you're a kind, considerate person who doesn't want to hurt her daughter, and you think doing that to him will hurt your daughter and prove your dad right the whole time. That's what you're really already. Right? So we spend too much time down in these deep, dark thoughts that we keep trying to swim around when we know what we're capable of, when we know what we need to do. We need to come up for that fresh breath of air, scream for joy, thank God I'm alive. I get the opportunity to fight for my daughter today. I get the opportunity to change my life. I get the opportunity to say today will be my best day ever. My wife was one of the most stubborn, unmovable creatures I had ever met in my life before I had ever met any woman. She had a stubborn nature about her where I asked her to do something very nicely and politely when we were in relationship. Early days. Okay? And I would ask her to do something simple, like, could you help me with washing dishes? Could you help me vacuum the floor? Yada, yada, yada. Now, I'm afraid to say it, but we both are. We're both very lazy creatures. But now she has physical um, disability a little bit more now. There is a little bit of leeway there, but I still expect her to do the same shit you used to be able to do. It's not like she can't use her hands. She can't use the prosthetics she's been given. She's come so far for a reason, because you know what she stopped doing? Trying to navigate around every last little problem that was in her life. And you know what she did? She said, damn fucking straight, I'm going to go up for that fresh breath of air. Damn straight, I'm going to enjoy that I have a husband who supports my dreams, who supports my goals, who challenges me to do better, tells me how I can be better, tells me that you are good enough, that you don't need to improve, that everything that, that's the kind of man I am. I'm sorry you didn't end up with a guy like me. And I'm off the market, so you can't get me. Sorry. But your one true love, not the guy that you had the baby with. There may be someone out there who's heading your way who will help you with this. When they get there, please, please, please live in the joy every single day and let them. Because they're going to be a part of your pod. And maybe that changes the game a little bit. Most places, when you get married to another person, the person who used to have parental rights no longer has parental rights. Are you willing to get married to get him out of that situation? I hereby ask you to marry me, so that I don't know what your laws are on multiple marriages in your country, but maybe we can get this thing done. I'm kidding, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so grateful that I have had you here today. Thank you for your kind, considerate time. Your time is the most precious thing. You guys have given me your time today, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for coming and supporting me. Thank you for coming and being a part of my stream. I hope that the answers I have given you lead you to the best day ever. May today be that for you, because you chose it to be so. Because today you put your finger down in the sands of time and said, today will be the day I start saying to myself, I will live every day as if it was my best day ever. And I will live that, breathe that for the rest of my life. And I am so happy that I have you to help me along my way. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you very much for everyone who came here today. Let's find someone to raid real quick. And we're going to go see who's out there first. Well, can I, well, wait. Can I, no, not more, less. Let's try something. Nope, not yet. Okay, well, you can't go there. So if you're still with me, guys, I've never rated this person. Wait, no, that's the wrong person. Sorry, that's not the one I know. How about if we go, you know what? You know what I want to go do? I want to go play some marbles. How would you guys like? We got two choices for you today, okay? Two choices for the raid. Do we go to a marble stream where you can win money, or a marble stream where you can just have fun and play? Which one do you guys want? Alexa, thank you for being my friend.
Anytime. Literally. Have a good Tuesday afternoon.
All right. All right, guys, are we back here? If anyone's still here, press a 1 in chat. If you're lurking around and you want to travel along with me for my raid to one of the people that are going, I think I'm going to go do a streamer who hasn't gotten a lot of support. So I want to go to someone to support someone who doesn't have a lot of people in their chat. I want to try to help somebody else's community. So let's shout her out first, and then we're going to go here. All right. And if you are a subscriber, you can use Raid. If you're not a non-subscriber, use Raid 2. Just copy and paste that. You can copy a little bit of it or all of it, whichever you feel more comfortable with. We're going to go spread some love to Cocoa Pebbles. Crumble Kitties 420. It's been a while since I spent any time with her. And I just want to go say hi and give her some much needed love from everybody here on Twitch. So that's where we're going to go. Oops, wrong one. All right, guys. I love you. I will see you guys tomorrow.